So, we ready?
Yep.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you've chosen to join us here from the Batcave. Thank you once again for joining us. I'm your host, Adam Gerard, and with me as always are my cohorts, my compadres, my other C words in crime, the vigilante Braden Ahern,
Hello.
and the international sensation, Terry O'Neill.
Hey guys.
No, I think that's the first time you introduced me first.
Yeah, I thought I'd mix it up a little bit there, keep you guys on your toes.
No, considering I think it's this week, you've got nothing to do, Braden. So
Pretty much.
basically, we'll remind people that you are actually here with us.
Yeah, thanks.
He is here, but he's just being very quiet.
Be very, very quiet.
Very
I'm
quiet.
hunting Batman. Oh, man. So how are we boys this week?
Doing well. I actually realised this week that I too have a man.
Oh, I know you're talking.
Here we go.
So I've been a fan of this person for a little while, and then I was reading through the casting of Batman Year One,
Yep.
Yeah.
and the voice
It's
of
Bryan Cranston, isn't it?
Huh?
Is it Bryan Cranston?
It is Bryan Cranston. He's my man.
Yes.
Who did he voice in year one?
Jim Gordon,
Hey.
bro.
Oh, was he? Was
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Gordon,
yeah.
Gordon.
He was.
And
I
do you
remember
know,
when
do you
they
know who
announced.
actually voiced Batman in that?
Yep.
Ben McKenzie.
Ben McKenzie. I didn't actually know that. I was like, huh, what do you know?
Ben Watts is fuck from the OC.
Yeah.
If we call back to episode 1 there for all the Die Hard fans.
Yeah.
All of you have sat through all 7 episodes. It's a fucking marathon, that one.
Oh God, wasn't it? That was deep psychological stuff. That was.
It's been a good 7. Reminiscing, it's been a good 7 episodes, and I can't wait to get to our 10cennial episode, and we'll have a nice celebration for that one as well.
I think I'd suggested we do a video intro, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you did. I was gonna try to keep that as a bit of a surprise, but we've started the show now, and we all know I won't edit it out. So.
The
That's
question
surprise
is,
to
what
me.
is
I
the
didn't hear
video?
anything
What
about
is
it.
the video intro of? It could be of like our 3 scrotums dangling there, saying that we're from the Batcave.
Like one of those, like those desk ornaments that clack into each other and ricochet back and forth.
That's it.
No homo. No homo.
No, mate.
Hey, there's nothing gay about men touching ball bags.
Or men taking in other young men who've had parents die.
Well, they're not young; they're like 45.
Batman and Robin were the same age, but that's a gripe.
Robin was older.
We'll bring this up later on, ladies
Robin
and
had a
gentlemen.
fucking Zimmer frame and an artificial hip. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we'll get to that later on. First of all, I guess we'll kick it in with a bit of fan response. Boys, you're not going to believe this.
I'll have a mouthful of water for this so I can spit it out in despair.
Just be ready. You ready? Okay. Hold in. If the replies and questions we've got in are anything to go by, we've doubled our listener base to 2. 2. That's 2 people.
That's amazing. That's one person away
That's-
from a posse.
No.
2 people away from an entourage.
That's 100% growth. If this was economics,
Yeah.
that would have been the first time my economics teacher would have actually given me a fucking compliment.
Oh, yeah, no, right?
Man, economics teachers, were they all just bitches, or
No.
I just had the one that was a bitch?
That's it. Oh, then again, I didn't take economics. I took thugonomics, but anyway, that's it.
What was it? You didn't choose the circus life. The circus life chose you. Was
That's
that-
it. That's the one. That was the comment from the
That's
movie.
the comment
yeah.
from this. We had to find ways to entertain ourselves somehow watching that thing. Did you watch it with your kids, Braden? Just
I didn't know.
You didn't? Oh, damn!
There
I
was
would
no
have loved to
plastic.
have got there.
There's no plastic shark in this. So.
Were you all afraid that they might be scared off by the nipples and dicks?
and the nut slingers and the
That
suits.
crutch.
Yeah, the bat crutch or the bat butt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So we have got a couple of questions in this week. So as per last week, it seemed to go over and down. When it went over, down, up, in towards, just went so many directions.
Every which way but
Oh,
loose.
mate, if it had a portal gun, I tell you, it would have been trouble. It went down so well that I think we'll repeat the process, and I'll ask you the questions now, and you guys can spend some time thinking about it,
Yeah.
and then we'll get back into it. All right, there are actually a little bit of surprise if you fans at home. I had to do a little edit there because my dog wouldn't stop squeaking on a fucking toy. So, proof that I do actually care enough about my product to edit it, you Fucking prick, Terry. Anyway, we
You can put whatever else you want to say in for the rest of the thing because it won't get edited out.
Yeah, my one edit.
One edit for the.
That's it. For the year.
The budget for each show is one edit.
It's been... Well, look. These are hard times for everybody here in Australia. It's important that we all take necessary means to cut the budget if necessary. So we're just going to trim some fat.
Yeah.
Now, as I was saying, we've got 2 questions in this week. I'll ask you guys them. We'll take some time to marinate mentally about them. And then we'll answer them at the end. What do you reckon?
Yeah, cool.
That's good. Okay.
All right, our first question comes from Christopher Lyon, who I'm going to call Lionheart. That's going to be your nickname, Christopher. I like the cut of your jib, son. And his question is, what do we think of the casting for the Suicide Squad movie?
I already have thoughts on this.
Oh, I've got thoughts too. Now, what we'll do is at the end, we'll bring up the casting, we'll read through it, and we can discuss one by one what we think of this clusterfuck of people that they've put in this thing. All right, and our second lot of questions comes once again from our number 1 fan, Mr. CrossFit.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, he loves it. He can't
He's
get enough.
dedicated, man.
Yeah.
He's probably listening to this while he does
CrossFit.
whatever it is.
Well, yeah, he was salmon ladder.
No, I've never seen a guy do CrossFit who does the salmon ladder, so...
Well, maybe, hang on.
He's probably throwing a dumbbell to his mate.
Let's ask... Well, he's hanging upside down for something.
Yeah.
Let's ask this. Wilson, if you could respond to this during the week and let us know, this is our question to you. Can you do a salmon ladder? And if not, why? Why?
If you can't, why not?
Yeah,
Train
Jesus
harder.
Christ. Okay, the question is this. Does the Batcave think the Ryan Reynolds Lantern movie was DC's attempt at making a goofy Marvel-style movie, and that we're doomed to super serious Dark Knight-style movies from DC from now on?
Oh, that's all right. It's very good.
His follow-up comment, which I think as well makes sense, is, in his opinion, Superman should be someone who's having fun when he fights low-level baddies, like Christopher Reeves did perfectly in his films.
Yeah.
So there's something to think about. We'll come back and address these at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thank you guys for the questions once again. Keep them coming in, and we'll keep answering them, I guess. I didn't, and you'll be happy to hear that I didn't get any penis enlarging emails to read on the show this week.
I haven't forwarded them to you yet, so I know time's tough for you. You don't get a lot of those emails. You need more medication, so
That's true. I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's just this. Well, it's because I chemically castrated myself so I could fight crime. And
that's totally it.
it's now come back to bite me in the ass.
It's not court appointed, but no, it was by choice.
Yeah, well,
Keep adopting kids that aren't you.
it's not court appointed since I moved out of the school district.
And there's our pedophile
Oh,
joke for this
man.
evening.
Watching the film we're about to get into, I think it's the first of many.
Leave Val alone. Leave him alone.
Leave Val alone.
Do you like that setup for that one?
His
You're
nipples
welcome.
were so pointy.
God.
All right.
3 CDs.
Okay, are we ready to get into TV for the week, gentlemen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
My name is Oliver Queen. After 5 years in hell, I have come home with only one goal: to save my city. To the rest of Starling City, I'm someone else. I am something else.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. A friend recently gave me the idea for a new name, and something tells me it's gonna catch on.
James Gordon. Alfred Pennyworth. We're gonna get the guy that did this, sir.
New boy, are ya?
You'd say?
Good luck, mate.
We'll kick it off with Gotham this week, in which the episode was entitled Lovecraft. It was episode 10, and, might I add, the mid-season finale, which was sad, because now I have to go like 5-6 weeks without it.
Yeah.
And that sucks, because this episode was incredible. All right, to give you the synopsis. Assassins infiltrate Wayne Manor, where Selena has come back to visit Bruce and be all like, you smell nice for like a rich kid. Anyway. So assassins infiltrate Wayne Manor, but Alfred fends them off, allowing Bruce and Selena time to escape. Alfred tells Jim Gordon and Harvey Bullock about the incident and then goes with Bullock to help find Bruce and Selena. Meanwhile, Falcone meets with Cobblepot to ask how Maroni knew where his money was, as he believes it was them who stole it from the armory. Cobblepot states that Maroni did not commit the robbery and that there is a mole working somewhere else, probably within Fish Mooney's organisation. Meanwhile, Harvey Dent suspects Dick Lovecraft has hired the assassins to chase down Selena as he was using Selena, as you'll recall last episode, as a bargaining chip against Lovecraft. At a mob dinner with various gangsters and mafia types, Falcone kills his operative Bannon by flailing the guard... Sorry, let me rephrase that. I got lost. Falcone kills his operative Bannon for failing to guard the armory and states that they all must increase their tributes to cover the loss from the attack. This angles two of his captains, but he does not give a flying fuck, as he is the Don. Bullock and Alfred interrogate one of the assassins that they've grabbed a hold of, who admits knowing someone who knows Selena's fence. Selena tells Bruce that the assassins were after her and not him, and she leads him to an underground area of the mall, an underground area that's no longer used, which street kids use as a mall. They are visited by Ivy Pepper, who has escaped from juvie to avoid being adopted out after her mother's suicide. She tells Selena that her fence Clyde is operating now in the Narrows. Gordon finds Lovecraft, who claims those after Selena are also after him. He gives Gordon some files about Wayne Enterprise stocks, and the two are attacked by the same assassins. Gordon is knocked unconscious and awakes to Bullock calling him to say Fish Mooney has given them information. Gordon then finds Lovecraft dead, murdered with Gordon's own gun. Bruce and Selena visit Clyde, only to be grabbed by his associates. The assassins arrive to claim Selena, but she knocks one out just as Bullock and Alfred arrive. Alfred proceeds to unleash a whooping that nobody has ever seen before, and Copperhead, one of the assassins, stalks Bruce, demanding to know where Selena is. She has, during this time, made her escape, aided by Bruce's distraction. Alfred makes his way to Bruce, and the assassin escapes. Clyde and those involved are arrested, and following Lovecraft's suicide, in Terry's favourite inverted commas for the radio there, Mayor James reassigns Gordon to Arkham Asylum after scolding both he and Dent for pressuring Lovecraft. Selena checks in on Bruce at home and gives him a kiss, and Bruce looks happy. And that's how we end the first half of Season 1 of Gotham. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
For me, I think this episode really proves that the writers of Gotham know exactly what they're doing. The developmental relationship between Selena and Bruce is phenomenal. It was nice to see Bruce once again acting like a kid.
Yeah.
Because it needs that. Because you have Bruce brooding all the time. Mm-hmm. You almost get like a prepubescent Batman. And quite frankly, when those hormones hit, I don't want to see that. So... You know, for Bruce to act like a child with Selena and have that sort of first love thing, I think we've all had that, so we can all relate and embellish on that a little bit. Alfred Pennyworth again, he would be the star of the show easily. Yeah, just because he shows how much of a father figure anyone can be to a young boy. So for me, the emotional writing, the emotional telling of this little story, you didn't need any Easter eggs in this at all. It was just a very good, solid story, and you know, I'm not going to be happy for the next 6 weeks. I'm going to have to, you know, find myself some animated Batman or Batman Beyond to watch.
Go back and watch 66 Batman.
I should also probably get a castration, but I don't want
Chemical one?
No, just straight up.
You could do that.
Just rubber band.
Yeah, just rubber band that stuff, yeah. But no,
honestly...
honestly...
the speculation just drops it off by itself.
Yeah, but, like, I'm actually going to miss this series. Like, I've actually become quite attached to the series. I was very skeptical in the beginning because it's like, oh, a new thing from whoever, DC... like created by DC, you always sort of get let down. But so far, these 10 episodes have been phenomenal.
DC on TV this last few years are just like, hey, we'll just be to TV what Marvel is to
absolutely
movies. Yeah,
absolutely. Because it's interesting how that works, isn't it? Because Marvel tried with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and just basically flopped. Well, to me, that's a flop.
Yeah, I didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I watched 3 episodes. I was kind of dead by it, and I was just like, no.
I'm fairly
I sat through the first season.
Yeah.
And it didn't get good until the end, where it sort of tied in with Captain America 2.
Ah.
The second season, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, DC, for me, are making phenomenal television.
So, absolutely, yeah. Well, what did you think of Gotham this week, Ray?
Well, I've only got one word for it. Alfred.
Yeah. Pennyworth.
Yeah.
He was just amazing in this show and in this episode. You just see such another side to him.
Yeah.
And he's still such a, I don't know, like a gentleman sort of when he does it. I love the comment that he makes when, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was now. Harvey says something to him about being a chauffeur or something, and he's like, butler, mate.
I'm a butler.
Yeah, wasn't that Bullock in the after Bruce just ran away? He goes,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I'm supposed to spend the day with a chauffeur." He goes, "Butler, mate. I'm a butler."
Yeah, and then he says it again at the end as well because he's like, "What the hell do you do?" When he's just saying to these guys, he's like, "I'm a butler, mate." I love that. I liked that because in the comics, Alfred is former SAS,
Yeah.
and you saw that in that. I was just like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He
no.
was also in the comics as well. He's a field medic. Yeah, was he an accomplished actor, a field medic for the Royal
Yep,
British Army?
he's a
Former
makeup
SS.
like a makeup and disguise expert.
Yeah,
Basically, I get the feeling Alfred was a spy in the
Yeah.
comics, and they don't really want to.
yeah,
I think Alfred strikes me as the character wise would be the kind of human who, if he was say, proper secret service, like the type we imagine 007 to be,
yeah,
he wouldn't admit that to Bruce. He would probably be like, "Oh, I was just SAS Master Bruce. I didn't
Yeah.
do."
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
So, yeah, I made some notes this week.
Oh, good. Okay.
Which as you do. I'm obviously at the beginning when Bruce is walking across the
Yep.
across
Bannister.
the banister. Two things I noticed. One, that Bruce totally went into Batman zone to do that, like clenching his fist and focusing. But also, there's a pull-out shot where you see when Selena jumps up to show him how to do it. Bruce and Selena are up there together. The window in the back and the pillars on the staircase actually form the bat signal.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
So when he's walking across, he literally is walking towards the bat symbol.
Okay.
That was a very cool moment. I love the fact I laugh so hard at the fact this chick and two dudes roll in and Alfred's just not afraid to straight up punch her. Just straight full first like out of my house, bitch, bang. I was just like, wow, Alfred's going for it here, and I loved he also used a cane to take down a dude.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
in the
probably
comics, that's what
fencing,
you
yeah.
expect. That's perfect
Yeah.
Alfred, like
Yeah.
fantastic. I love the fact that Bruce didn't want to leave Alfred. Like the whole time he's like, no, I need to get back to Alfred. You know, and then Selena's all like, what do you care about your butler? And she's like, he's not
His family.
He's not my butler. I loved Alfred when he insults that guy. He's like, yeah, plank.
Yeah,
Like,
plank.
this is just, he's so British.
What was the comment he actually called the guy in Fish Mooney's club? Tommy. Or something?
What's his actual name again? They call him Butch.
Butch.
He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
Butch.
I knew
That's right,
I knew a guy called Butch once.
That's
We
right.
called him that because he wasn't.
Yeah.
because he was real girly or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, here we go.
Yeah. Has anyone else noticed? Is it just me, or is the penguin slowly getting fatter?
He is getting a little bit tubby.
I hadn't noticed that, but
No,
that'd be cool.
I like if you look at just the way his face shape seems to slowly be getting rounder. I get the feeling that they're taking him from hungry.
To
Now
fat.
he's slowly getting fed, and he's
Stuffing him with Twinkies.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
I hadn't noticed that, but
did-
that's kind of funny.
Did anybody
That's
else
cool.
also notice that how fucking tall Harvey Dent is? I didn't see it till this episode. I'm just like, this dude's like 7'5". He's a monster.
He's like the only 7'5" white guy they could do like a split personality thing. Oh yeah, cool. We'll cast him.
I'm surprised. How's he? I'm just shocked that he went into acting and not basketball. He's huge.
He's white. He can't play basketball no matter how tall.
He doesn't need to be able to dunk. He's at the fucking same height as the ring. The ring's like a cock ring to him. He's that tall.
No, it doesn't matter. He's white. Doesn't matter.
He's white.
I also like Catwoman calls Bruce B,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
like because in the comics, obviously, she calls Batman B. So, there's just nice foreshadowing between the two of them. Ivy's crazy.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Ivy's going to go proper nuts.
She's
soon,
like the little
man.
girl that you don't want any sharp implements.
I was going to say,
like,
don't let her play with knives.
Yeah, that's it. Not even knives. Like, even the kids say...
spork?
Spork. Those kids say
Oh, the
scissors.
crayon scissors.
Yeah, those ones. You know how you can actually put them to your hand, like the softest part of your hand, and start cutting? They won't cut. I don't
Yeah.
want her near those.
Selena described her perfectly. She's scary. Like, she actually
Yeah,
is scary.
like proper scary. Like the little
She's
girl
a
who...
little bloody, what is she, like 6-7-year-old
Yeah.
girl?
Yeah, weedy little... Yeah.
She's terrifying. Like,
Yeah, they've actually got the casting really well done
Oh,
for this.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's
so well
fantastic.
done. Even like when I say minor roles, but like Poison Ivy, that's bang on.
Yeah, and it's not going to pay off for another 2-3 years.
Yeah,
either,
exactly. So it's kind of like one of those weird, like if they keep the same actresses and actors
They're going to.
when they do
I'm
the
fairly
time
certain.
jump, it's actually going to pay off huge dividends. Where people go, "Wow, I remember that character from a couple of seasons ago," and was, "Whoa."
Yeah.
So that's what I'm very happy with. Threw you off track there. That's what I do.
You did a little bit, yeah.
That's how I roll, white boy.
And the other part I love as well is right at the end when the mayor's getting right into them and Harvey Dent's kind of trying to weasel out, and then he's like to Jim, he's like, I'm done tuning out, going to Arkham, you got anything to say? And he's like, Mayor, what's his name? Mayor Thompson or Mayor
Yeah.
Thompson, you kiss my ass. And I'm just like, damn, he busted out the Jim Gordon catchphrase for the final moment.
Yeah.
Nice. And even when he was walking into Arkham, as he was walking in, I'm like,
There was a
he's
strut.
gonna kill people in this place.
There was
man.
a strut. He was strutting.
Oh, he's gonna dominate Arkham. I'm so looking forward to it. And I'm fairly certain that we're gonna see Harvey Bullock taking over from Jimmy Gordon now as the good cop,
Yeah.
which I'm looking forward to.
Because he's
as
going to
well.
feel hell guilty about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
So yeah.
Wonder how long he's going to be in there for.
Yeah, well, I imagine it'll be a few episodes.
It'd have to be.
There's got to be a reason they're putting him in there to begin with,
See, here's the question.
character-wise or something.
When does Thompson piss off?
Oh, he's got to be taken. Well, I imagine he'll be taken down from the inside because he's on Gordon's shit list.
Yeah, a lot of
So I
people are
imagine
on
Gordon's going to take
yeah,
him down.
That's it.
I imagine Gordon's going to take him down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's Gotham for this week. Now there was no Arrow.
So,
Wasn't even a presidential primary for me to mock cover here. There was just
So, Braden, just kick up your feet, relax.
Just going to get another beer. Hang on.
The sad reality, that wasn't a joke.
alcoholism.
Yes. All right.
Well, yeah. Well, let's throw it over to the incomparable Terry O'Neill himself for Flash.
All right. So we had Flash episode 7, season 1, Blackout. Opening scene, we had a flashback, as it were, 10 months ago for when the particle collider exploded. We had a young man, Farouk, sitting on a power pop. 2 of his mates downstairs drinking, going, "Look, we're going to watch it. Oh yeah, that was spectacular." And then kaboom!
This is why you don't drink and pole climb.
This is why you don't drink and be anywhere near particle colliders. Really, I think there's a strong.
This is why you don't live in America.
This is why you just don't live in Central City or Starling City or Gotham. It's just one of those things. Harrison Wells is then seen going to his Gideon room, I suppose, the future tech room.
Gideon room.
Well, I don't know what is it called. Goes to consult with Gideon. What do you want from me?
I'm not sure what you would call that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like his little future tech room where Gideon is. He's making an entry in his log, expressing concern about Barry using his gift for the everyday and mundane, and citing how he's made a habit of showing off. While he's doing the log, we see a scene where Barry's gone to get his coffee, and there's a guy training on the coffee machine. So Barry runs through and makes everyone's coffee for them, and goes outside. He gets mugged, but obviously being the Flash, he doesn't get mugged. So Harrison Wells is getting concerned that he's just showing off. He's not improving his powers, and that's what the entry log is. At Star Labs, Barry arrives late, and Harrison has a chat to Barry, reminding him that they had an agreement stating that the deal was Star Labs would aid Barry with his heroic works as long as they helped him research his abilities in for medical science. When Barry is interrupted by a phone call from the police department. Here we're introduced to our villain of the episode via a crime scene where someone's been electrocuted even though there are no power lines or generators nearby. Barry takes a photo of the charred remains to Cisco, where Cisco IDs the victim as a worker from the Central City Power Substation. And with beautiful timing, as they're discovering this information, they notice a power surge at the substation. Barry rushes off to the power station and encounters Blackout. A minor fight scene occurs where Blackout feeds off of Barry, seemingly to drain him of his speedster abilities. A quick scene at the Central City Police Department where Joe states the obvious that you need to get your powers back. Iris comes along and says, "Don't worry, the Flash will be here to save us," and there's absolutely no pressure on Barry whatsoever at this point in time to get his powers back. As Barry leaves the police department...
Can I just ask a quick question here?
Yeah.
Does Barry need to get his powers back?
I don't know.
Yeah, for the Crisis thing.
He's got a good 15 years for that. It's all good.
Yeah, but but in this episode, is it important at the moment, at this point, that you recap that Barry gets his powers back?
I don't know.
Because it feels like they didn't really hammer that in.
Yeah.
I wish they would have driven the point home a bit.
This is true.
I'm just trying to help drive the point home in the way that they obviously didn't in this show. And that is to say that Barry lost his powers. And now it's very important that he gets them back.
Exactly.
I'm done now.
They tried to. They sort of did. Because Harrison was all... he was dead set he had to get him back because he knew...
Yeah, he knew exactly what was going on.
But I guess you're right, that he had 15 years for that. But
yeah, no, it's actually probably 11 years. I think it's 2025, the Crisis is set. Yeah. So it's 11 years. He's got 11 years. It's all good. It's fine.
It's amazing if they planned at 11 seasons worth or 10 seasons worth.
I would fap violently.
Yeah.
Violently. Blood would be involved. So as Barry's leaving the Central City Police Department, there's like a nice little crossover where a villain from a seemingly unrelated TV show on the same network comes into the police department, and they have a little back and forth. It appears that that's the Clock King. He's being transferred to Iron Heights. Yeah. Then we cut back to Star Labs, where Wells consults Gideon again and finds out that Barry is no longer the Flash through like the Gideon newspaper that we've all come to know. That the title's changed from The Flash Vanishes to something to do with the post office closing up shop, and the red skies are still there. So Cisco finds out the origins of Blackout. Blackout then shows up at Star Labs' doorstep, seeking out Harrison Wells, blaming him for what happened to him and his two friends. Blackout then siphons Star Labs' power, and doing so drains the Central City power grid, causing a mass power outage that affords Clock King the chance to escape and hold some of the police department hostage. At Star Labs, Fro gets in and confronts Barry. After a little back and forth saying, I can help you, no you can't, I'm going to hurt you, no you're not, blah blah blah. Blackout basically injures Barry. Cisco and Wells come up with a plan to jumpstart Barry's power using a backup generator at Star Labs. At the police department, Eddie tries to be a hero but gets shot by the Clock King for his efforts and lies bleeding in the middle of the hostages. Back to Star Labs, Harrison Wells finds Gerda and says that he has a deal. If he lets him out, if he kills Blackout, he'll gain his freedom, which on some sad level that ends Gerda's life. Meanwhile, Cisco and Wells find out that Barry's condition is more psychological than anything else. Back at the police department, the Clock King has his demands met and takes Iris hostage, but foolishly lets Iris say goodbye to Eddie, giving Iris a chance to take Eddie's ankle piece. Back at Star Labs, Barry, Cisco, and Caitlin and Wells are trying to leave. Blackout interferes. Wells tries to buy Barry some time, distracting Blackout. Barry comes back as the Flash when Wells' life is threatened. Oh god, lost him again. Barry comes back as a Flash, grabbing Wells and then fighting out with Blackout, who tries to feed on Barry again but chokes on the power output that the Flash can generate. Shoot over to the hospital where Ed is high on meds. Joe and Iris are there and when Barry rocks up. And while Iris has gone to get a coffee, Barry shows Joe that his speed's back. Flash pops up and apologises to Iris, saying that she is worth being on time for. The two final scenes we have is at Star Labs, Wells has gone back to see Gideon and the future...
to the Gideon cave.
Back to the Gideon... the Wells... Well? No.
The well.
The well. So he's getting regarding the future and enter a new log that says he has to rethink his original thesis in regards to Barry, stating that Barry's attachment to people is going to be the key for Barry to be the hero that he needs during the crisis. Barry has decided to live up to his part of the deal and starts testing with Wells. Wells is then shown taking a blood sample from Blackout, stating that he wants to find out how he stole the Flash's power.
Yes.
End episode. Very quick, nasty review synopsis, because I don't look at IGN.
That was, I don't know, of all the episodes they've done so far, this, to me, was probably the weakest, I felt. To me, the villain wasn't really that...
Strong?
It just didn't feel like a threat. And
that's kind of funny, though. Like, even though it's the weakest episode, it was still a solid episode.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. It's still
it's
like
annoying.
7.5, 8,
yeah.
8 quality episode, but it's just one of those things that I was just sitting there like... This hasn't really advanced the story. It just felt like it was like, shit, we got to fill a week.
Yeah, till the thing everyone wants to see happen.
Yeah, so we'll just put a little filler episode in here. And
I mean, I don't mind finding out new villains and stuff like that. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess. And I guess it wraps up, like we were talking last week about how is he going to come back to bite Barry in the arse that he revealed himself to Gerda? No.
It didn't.
No, it's not.
No. I mean, Barry...
And Wells continues to be shades of grey.
Yeah.
50 Shades of... No, not 50 Shades. It's fine. But no, I mean, there is something about Grant Gustin that I'm sort of... He has these very cartoony Flash moments.
Oh, yeah,
and then at the same time, it's just like, dude, what are you doing?
I think, though, that's meant to be... The Barry Allen character is like Barry Allen and Wally West are both goofy motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, I totally
And
get that.
that I think is what they're capturing, is that even at the worst of times, Barry is still that kind of, hey, it's all going to be okay.
It's fine.
He's the light to,
Drink
you
your
know,
milk.
the opposite of what you've got on Arrow, where it's like everything's fallen to shit. I'm going to stand here and brood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to
that's
put an arrow
what
through your
my
knee.
partner said that yesterday when we were watching the Flash versus Arrow episode. Like, he seems kind of childish, but I think she's sort of comparing him to Arrow, where it's the complete
Well, the other thing as
opposite.
well, he is, in terms of childish, I mean, we'll talk about this next week when we cover those episodes anyway, but the Flash is childish, even that, because you look at Arrow's had now 7, 8 years, like, the time on the island, I count that 5 years as becoming Arrow.
I think it's actually mentioned in the Flash versus Arrow episode. He said he's been doing this for 8 years.
Yeah, and I think that's the fundamental difference, is that he is still childish because, you know, but we'll get into that next week when we discuss that anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the problem, is that this was the episode of like, well, we've got big things coming with Reverse Flash, or the Man in the Yellow Suit, whether it's Zoom, Reverse Flash, fucking...
Adam in the yellow suit.
Yeah, it could be me for all I know.
Surprise.
This
Shock,
episode was
fellas.
pretty much the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
what's that? You need to feed on electricity. Oh, I can help you. No, you can't. Oh, yes, I can. No, you can't. All right, let's fight.
Yeah, basically.
let's fight. Yes. Let's.
Da, we should fight, yes.
But yeah, I don't know what else to say about that episode. It was... Yeah.
It's kind of one of those episodes where you don't...
It was just a filler.
It's a filler, but it was an enjoyable filler, though.
Yeah.
Where you know, my partner watches Bones at the moment, and you know for a fact there's a massive plot line, and then there's these little episodes that come in where they've
the breather reps.
Yeah, they've had like a brain fart, or they don't want to give you too much.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is you know, the cool down before the second round. You know?
Yeah.
Like where you're laying there going, oh, God, I need a Gatorade and a Red Bull. All right, good to go. Let's
And
go.
the other thing as well is that the only thing I could say would be the same as every other week, which is Harrison Wells is killing me.
He's killing a lot of people, but I know what you mean.
It's breaking fucking Reddit, I know that much.
Sorry, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. He's one of those characters where I love to hate him.
I think that's the point.
It's just that guy you just can't get your head around.
Yeah.
Do I like him? Do I want to put my boot in his throat? You know.
Is he a hero? Is he a villain? Is he an anti-hero?
Yeah, I think he's...
Like-
I actually think he's going to be more of an anti-hero.
Oh, yeah.
Or a necessary character.
Yeah. That's why I still, like I say, I think he's pariah.
Yeah.
He's neutral.
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, if you were to do, what's that chaotic scale thing they can do? That they got,
The true neutral, chaotic neutral.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
lawful
evil.
neutral. Yeah, he'd
the
be
good,
like...
the good neutral evil. He'd be the absolute center.
Yeah.
Because Wells will do...
What's
he'll protect
necessary.
what's necessary to protect the Flash and to save the future.
Absolutely.
Even if that means killing. And to me, that is purely neutral, because you're just like...
Well, that's got to happen, yeah.
You know, it ultimate... Like, I can see it from the mindset of, well, I either kill you now and keep and save the future of hundreds of millions of people, or I leave you alive, you do something to Barry, and then you end up dying anyway because the crisis will happen, and you and these hundreds of millions of people go.
I mean, and I think he sort of at the end of, I think it was Blackout, where there was actually, I didn't cover it in the review. They're leaving the pipeline. Barry and Wells are having a chat, and he goes, "You ask why I view people this way. You know, that you're misinformed." It was almost, it's kind of like that advanced sentient being, giving you like this is what I think of your species.
Yep.
And that's where I think you're right on that pariah sort of thing.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but as I say, just because it's the crisis, he just fits pariah, in my opinion. But we'll find out sometime in fucking season 20.
Season 11.
When
Season
there's just doing the How I Met Your Mother thing, where who's Harrison Wells dragging it out, and then it'll get to the end and we'll be like, we didn't want that.
It was the summer of 2016, and I went to Star Labs. You know, I met a man who wasn't in a wheelchair.
Well, we have discussed that Cisco likes to drink, so I guess he's the Barney.
Yeah, he's... actually, he is Barney. Caitlin is Robin.
Yep.
And then Barry's... What was the dickhead's name?
Ted,
yeah. He's the dickhead.
So Harrison Wells is Marshall.
Yeah, he's Marshall. He's the neutral one who'll have a beer, but ask his wife if it's okay. But I think Harrison's wife's dead, so... That kind of
is it his wife? Isn't it his wife? He was kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
More shit we'll find out in episode 12. Season 12. Episode 12. I wish it's like 2 episodes still.
Oh, I know, right?
Well, yeah. Well, should we move into the main event?
Sure.
Anything else you'd like to talk about on TV?
I don't know. I missed Arrow. I was looking forward to Arrow. Then I'm like, oh, that's right. Because of the elections, we can't have an Arrow episode today.
Yeah.
So
This is
I'm
why I
glad
can't
they
have
did
nice
actually
things.
fix up the order though.
yeah, it does
Yeah, it's
actually.
true.
Like at least they put that forethought
Well, they
into
have
it though.
to. They have to because of the boomerang thing.
Oh,
Is the driving force through these 2 episodes.
I'm so looking forward to the next week's review. I
Yeah.
really am because there's so much I want to talk about.
It's ironic. Next week's review we'll be really excited about TV, and then it's gonna just turn into
Honestly, after the last couple of podcasts we've done, I've been more excited about TV.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Except for
these films
Batman,
suck.
like Michael Keaton's Batman, and to an extent Adam West Batman, because I knew I could troll you like a bastard.
Adam West Batman was amazing. You son of a bitch.
I've been always more excited about TV.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's because it's a fresh idea constantly,
Yeah.
and you know the end game. You know, quite
Well,
frankly.
also we haven't seen these before. I think that helps too.
Yeah, this is true. I actually watched the episodes about 2 or 3 times to try and get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to go to the main event, are we?
We are.
We need like a little ding-ding sort of thing.
And now for our feature presentation.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
In an uncertain world, in a chaotic time, justice wears a mask.
Your entrance was good. His was better.
Love is a game.
What is it about the wrong kind of man?
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
Power is a machine.
Now you've devised a way to read men's minds.
By the way, I've seen your mind, freak.
And revenge is a trap.
You're a genius.
Riddler and Two-Face can make a pretty lethal combination. Train me, let me be your partner.
Who's your tailor?
But first,
Let's meet our contestants.
Going down.
if the bat wants to play, we'll play.
Was that over the top?
Don't work too late.
You forgot the part where you kissed the girl.
The real game begins. Courage now. Truth always. Batman forever.
That's right. This week we're looking at Batman Forever, which apparently referred to the length of this film.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, here we go with the shortest recap I can give, I promise. This thing, as I say, was biblical in proportions.
In one but.
In Gotham City, Batman stops a hostage situation in a bank caused by Two-Face, the alter ego of disfigured former district attorney, now white, Harvey Dent. However, Two-Face escapes. Edward Nygma, a researcher at Wayne Enterprises, develops a device to beam television directly into a person's brain. Bruce Wayne, with whom Nygma is obsessed, rejects the invention, noting that it raises too many questions, and Nygma angrily resigns from his position after killing his supervisor, Fred Stickley, and forging his suicide note. During a news report, it is shown how Harvey Dent became Two-Face. While he was prosecuting Sal Maroni, Maroni threw acid in Harvey's face, while Batman jumped across the benches to try to save him, but failed. After meeting Batman-obsessed psychiatrist Chase Meridian, Bruce invites her to the charity Thurketh event. There, Two-Face and his henchmen storm the event in an attempt to discover Batman's secret identity, and in the process murder the Flying Graysons, a family of acrobats who attempt to stop them. The youngest member, Dick, survives, however, and throws Two-Face's bomb into the river where it destructs, saving Gotham. Bruce assumes responsibility for Dick and allows him to stay at Wayne Manor. Dick then declares his intention to kill Two-Face and avenge his family's murder. And when he discovered Bruce's secret identity as Batman, he insists on becoming his partner, Robin. Meanwhile, Nigma becomes a criminal known as the Riddler, the master of puzzles and quizzes, and forms an alliance with Two-Face. The two work together to steal capital for mass production and promotion of Nigma's television device. Using his device, Nigma can read and control people's minds and steal their intelligence quotient. At a business party, Nigma discovers Bruce's secret identity. Two-Face then attacks the party and nearly kills Batman, but Robin arrives just in time to save his life. Meanwhile, Chase realizes her love for Bruce surpasses her obsession with Batman, but soon discovers that they are one and the same. However, Two-Face and the Riddler later converge into Wayne Manor. The Riddler enters the Batcave and destroys most of the equipment, and he and Two-Face kidnap Chase, who the Riddler is romantic to, because he likes a bit of the ladies, while leaving Bruce another riddle. After solving the last riddle, Batman and Robin locate the Riddler's lair, Claw Island, where both are separated upon reaching the island. Robin then encounters Two-Face and manages to beat him to the ground, realizing that he does not have it in him to commit murder. Robin helps the villain back up. Two-Face gets the upper hand at that point and captures Robin. Meanwhile, Batman manages to make his way into the Riddler's lair, where Robin and Chase are revealed as hostages, bound, gagged with duct tape, and held over a watery chasm, giving Batman a choice of saving just one hostage. But Batman, of course, finds a way to save both hostages and manages to destroy the brain wave collecting device, driving the Riddler into a mental breakdown in the process. During the battle, Two-Face falls to his death. The Riddler is finally sent to Arkham Asylum, and Chase is asked to consult on his case. Nigma offers to reveal the identity of Batman to her, but he believes that he himself is Batman due to his damaged memories. Chase then meets Bruce Wayne outside and tells him his secret is safe. Batman and Robin then continue to protect Gotham City from crime. And that was Batman Returns, which came out
Forever.
My bad. Batman Forever, which came out in 1995. It had a budget of $100 million and made $336.5 million at the box office, which I would call a success.
Surprisingly. Well, I'm not really going to say anything until we go through Adam's notes, because I think we got 2 pages. We got 2 pages.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 pages here.
2 pages, cool. So it's not the 5-page epic that was Batman Returns. But I mean, I've got to give a special shout out to Val Kilmer though, because there were parts where you didn't actually see Batman talk. And if you've been listening to the past 7 episodes, you know how much of a Kevin Conroy fanboy I am. There was parts I swore it was Kevin Conroy speaking. So for me, voice-wise, Batman.
You did bring up a interesting point while we were watching it, though, that Batman, for like the first half of the film, just isn't there.
Yeah, I think that's... I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's Tim Burton, because Tim Burton's got his grubby little mitts on here somewhere. And I don't think he likes The Dark Knight because he's more emo than Tim Burton is. Alright, so that's just... I think that's a simple...
You could be onto something there.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Braid, would you like to go through your notes, or do you want me to fly through mine?
I don't have a great deal of notes, but I'll point out a couple of things.
Yep.
I reckon this is probably the first movie in this quadrilogy where Batman is actually Batman in terms of his moral compass and, no killing.
Yep.
Yeah, we got that one. That's we kept a tally for that one, so yeah.
I'll get to that right at the end.
Yep. So we had Jim Carrey in this, obviously, playing Jim Carrey.
Playing Ace Ventura, Riddle Detective.
Yeah, that's actually that's a very good point.
And Tommy Lee Jones playing a gay dumb Joker.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know,
even the Riddler was the Joker in
He
this.
wasn't smart.
Yeah.
No. He was, and he really, I don't know. It was very campy. I know the movie's kind of supposed to be that way, but
but is it?
That. I just hated Two-Face in this movie.
Yeah.
He was so easily manipulated by the Riddler.
Yeah.
Well, this movie made just logic-wise, there's so many holes in it that just don't make sense.
Yeah.
And it really is. It's just a mishmash of to me, it feels like Joel Schumacher wanted to make a Joker film. They killed the Joker, so he was like, okay, well, I'll just make Two-Face and the Riddler, but I'll make them both the Joker because that worked last time. Because there's just nothing about them that fits their characters.
Yep. Probably one of the really stupid things that really bugged me in this movie was when Grayson's broken into the Batcave and he's going intruder alert. Everything turns on.
Yeah, I've got a note about that too. Yeah,
the Bat computer comes on.
There's no lockdown protocol. Why wouldn't you have a lockdown protocol on it at that point?
Yeah, no, right.
You would think it'd be like fucking machine gun turrets or something unloading on it.
Shields open up on everything.
Yeah.
Mech warriors come out of the walls.
Yeah,
One of them just said, "Welcome to the Batcave."
Here's your cup of tea, sir. I mean, Alfred was there already. That's fine.
Yeah.
He didn't instigate any lockdown protocols. He didn't pull out a gun.
Well, Alfred's bioscan would be recognised, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but no, he didn't pull out a shotgun to shoot the intruder. Once again, Alfred let down the team. Michael, go. What are you doing to me? What are you doing?
Should have taken lessons from Sean Pertwee.
Yeah, no, right.
Looked into the future. Should have gone into Harrison Wall's room, looked into the future at Sean Pertwee's portrayal and done that.
That's it. That's exactly what...
That's what was missing.
Absolutely.
He could have gone to Sean Pertwee and said, "Hey, can I borrow your dad's big blue box?" That's a multi-layered nerd joke there. Multi-layered.
It's like a parfait. Everyone loves that.
It's wafer thin?
No, it's a Shrek joke.
I know that. I just wanted to use your other fucking...
No, because you want to know why? When I say it's wafer thin, it's when you've given me a really good movie, like when we get to the Nolan trilogies and we get the gem in the middle. If I had any more, then I would have exploded. Simple as that.
So it's wafer thin.
So if you gave me a wafer thin, I would have exploded. But this, you could give me a bucket with 15 kilos of chocolate in it, thrown it down my throat, and I still wouldn't have been full because this was crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an interesting analogy.
That's just it. I mean, if entertainment-wise, it takes actually a fair bit to entertain me. Believe it or not, even though, you've seen what I've been doing with Far Cry 4.
Yeah.
Right, that's entertainment to me. So I had to think about that. This movie you don't have to think about. It's just like, yep, cool.
The script writers didn't need to think about it, that was for sure.
I've got another beef with the latest movie that just came out, but it's completely off topic. But the script writers didn't think about anything.
Yeah.
They go, oh, that's a good comic book sell, that's a good comic book sell. We'll place those two somewhere in the movie.
Yeah,
and
build around it.
And we'll build around it, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a really nice toilet, we'll build everything around that.
And even then, the shots were basically the same shot.
Yeah. It basically was the exact...
It was just the Grayson shot and the Wayne shot, and they're pretty much identical shots to look at. So.
Basically. With a circle. That was the circle. Then everything just... Anyway.
Yeah, you got any others, Braden?
I'll throw one good thing in there. I reckon the gadgets he used were better in this movie. There was more variety.
I do like how they're all chrome-plated, though, not matte black.
Yeah.
Chrome-plated for extra stealth.
Oh, yeah. Well, it matched his suit at the end.
No.
His sonar suit. Bat's sonar suit. Because you know why he needed a sonar suit? Because he's Batman. Batman's sonar.
Oh, my God.
Batman. All right. Well, should I fire into my list then?
Yeah, do it, man. I've had my spiel.
All right, here we go. And my first note, I loved the opening titles to Superman in this film. I thought it was great, the way they recycled those.
Yeah.
Excellent. Nice bit of homage there.
Dear Joel Schumacher, please come up with your own ideas. Signed to every other DC movie ever.
Yeah. When Two-Face has got the guard in the vault.
Yes.
Right? And he's looking at him all normal, and then he's like, says something evil and turns his face, and the light all goes red. Where did those red lights suddenly come from, and what made them turn on at that moment?
I don't know. They're motion detectors.
They just...
motion detectors. That's what that is.
Batman...
That guy in that vault was incredibly...
I hated that guy.
I think he's from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I'm not too sure.
He takes his hearing aid to help him save from the acid. He's like, oh, that's my hearing aid.
I've got a note about one of his lines in a sec. I'll get to that in a sec.
Actually, he appears in the movie
sorry,
twice.
You can just die then.
Yeah. Batman is no longer the knight. Everybody else knows that. Like, oh my God, there's something going on here. I'm just going to stroll up. Citizens, who's this? Commissioner? Who's this bitch?
What up?
What's her name? Chase, Alfred.
Chase, yep.
Alfred, I'm going to need you to repair the roofies. Repair the roofie cupboard. I laughed. I'm going to get to this note. No, I'll wait till I get to that note.
Yeah.
So anyway, Batman's no longer the knight. He's now just strolling around letting people take photos of his shit.
The dark strut.
Yeah, he's just, how you going? Why did all the guns have glowing lights in them? Two-Face's guys all had guns with glowing canisters.
Yep.
Did that make, like, is that so they could see better, or
no? I don't think the laser point is there for fashion. There's a bit of pizzazz.
Just absolute crap.
If Joe Schumacher did another movie, everything would have rhinestones on them.
Here's a question for you. The acid starts pouring in. Now, maybe a teaspoon's come out at this point, and this guard with some sort of fucking superpower of his own is like, oh my god, it's boiling! Acid! How the fuck does he know it so quickly? Like, Jesus, what's your nose made of, champ? You should be a superhero. Jesus.
He actually appears twice in that movie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does he die?
No, he
That's
doesn't.
a
He's the
shame.
dude who's standing to the right of Chase Meridian, where Batman does the wicked entrance into the fountain. He goes, "It's Batman!" That's him. I'm not kidding. I swear to God, he got too many lines.
I hate Joel Schumacher.
He does good stuff. It's just not in the 90s.
Okay, the CGI in this film, there were 2 really good shots, and then the rest of them were made on a Commodore 64.
I like the Commodore 64. Maybe you could try an Intellivision. That you could try one of those.
Pong. It was made in a Pong machine.
Yeah, Intellivision, 8-bit graphics.
Grayscale.
Yeah, grayscale. You had 5 colors.
That was
Dungeons and Dragons was scary as shit when I was a kid.
just wow. That was my note here. CGI is just ... Wow.
Just such CGI. Much graphics.
Much, yeah. They're calling Harvey Face.
Yeah.
Face!
Yeah,
But I'm like, fucking shut up.
See, I mean, in the animated series,
no, your face.
the 2 years prior,
Yeah.
there is a couple of scenes where he's referred to as Face. But at the same time, I always found it weird then. If you're calling yourself your boss Face,
Yeah.
you're not mates, you're not homeboys, you're not going out drinking. He's the man who pays your bills.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Two-Face, may I blow you? That's basically what you should be
Mr.
saying.
Dent, Harvey, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Exactly. Okay, why does Bruce always wear glasses in these movies? Is he Clark Kent?
Don't know.
Or is it just that they thought that at that time it's like, well, they're not going to understand that unless he wears glasses, it's his secret identity.
Yeah,
Needs to wear glasses because the Superman wears the glasses, and that's how nobody knows who he is.
Are you Tim Burton or something? I mean,
Yeah, I am. I was channeling my Tim Burton there.
It's uncanny, man.
I'll channel my Warner Brothers. That's brilliant. Do you think maybe he could not wear the suit and have a Batmobile, and instead he could kill everybody?
Do you want Deadpool?
No, I'm just being Warner Brothers because they just like taking out anything. Oh, can he not fly? If he's Superman, I want him to not fly because it's not believable. And like, I don't want him wearing a costume because that's fucking gay.
The only thing Warner Brothers produce is the money for the video games. That's the only good thing Warner Brothers have been producing. Lately.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
What, you're making a new Batman video game? Kevin Conroy,
my money.
Here, have my wife and kids. Have them.
What the fuck is up with Chase Meridian, a professional psychiatrist who hooks up with their patients, gets obsessed with Batman in like 12 seconds? What is it with Batman? The bitches look at him and they're just like, well, there you go, the panties.
See, at this point in time, you were talking about Chase Meridian, and I just wanted to this moment of silence is me swinging away the microphone. That was it.
Chase, I can't express with above my nose meridian.
Yeah, the 1995 Kristen Stewart.
Yep.
That's it. Wait, she smiled. Is her face okay?
Yep.
She's pulled a muscle. So, I don't know what it is. I think it's Batman. The panties just dropped. Same with Superman.
It's the car, isn't it? Chicks love the car.
Chicks love the car.
Batman.
I mean, because I'm Batman. Sometimes there were the nice little one-liners that Val Kilmer got to say in that. They were actually quite good.
Yep.
Like the deadpan. It's the car. Chicks love the car, don't? It's the car.
Yep. Yeah. Now, we get to my my man of the night here.
Hold on, you've got 2 men in this film.
You jump ahead, don't you? You don't like anything to hang there for the fans. Fuck Terry.
You sound like we're missing. You just jump ahead, don't you? Just get the job done, don't you?
At least you get the job done. What's you fucking complaining about? Women these days, don't get me started.
Next thing they'll pull the new Assassin's Creed off the shelf. But that's another iPod. No,
it's another iPod. It's a completely different iPod altogether. It's a shuffle.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, we get
It's been a bad week for beefs for me, man. It's been horrible.
we can get into the GTA hate later on in the wrap up of the show when we discuss the weird crap throughout the week. Anyway, we get to, as I say, my man of the night, which I've got my man and I've got my honourable mention to my man.
All right, cool.
First of all, my man of the night goes to my man, the hippie crusader himself, Mr. Electric Car, Ed Begley Jr., showing up with a mustache to rival Tom Selleck in this film. I'm kidding. His mustache was trash.
I was going to say. That's the thing, I mean, blondes can't really grow mustaches.
That's true.
There was an incident.
He gave it a go, though.
They gave it a go. Like, I've got I'll give you a little side note story. Because you and I are brothers in facial hair. I don't know. What Braden, what are you sitting
Braden's
on?
got a beard.
You got a beard?
Yeah,
You got the goat? Like, have you got the art?
Braden's got the Oliver Queen.
Oh, you got the Oliver Queen.
Like the comic book Oliver Queen, not...
Really? Are you
Not
rocking the
quite
hat
as
as well?
long, and it's not blonde.
Oh, fuck's sake. But no, I was working a electrical site with my mate, who's a Sparky. There was a young girl on site whose father was the tiler, right? She's about 20.
Did she have the mustache?
Wait. I'm up there, and every time I go out to the car, right, she'll say something to me just to quip and blah, blah, blah. And I gave my mate a wink just to give him a bit of shit. And he goes, how do you do it? Like, what's happened? I said, it's the beard. It's the facial hair.
Yeah.
It's like, really? I said, don't grow one. You're blonde. You can't grow one. Just don't.
Mm.
So that's the thing with facial hair. Anyway,
See,
continue.
but I will raise you this because two people that can grow blonde mustaches and rock them, my dad and Hulk Hogan. Now, back to my...
And Stephen Amell when he decides to actually have...
That's true.
And Ben McKenzie when he's let grow
that's
one.
true. That's true. Oh, God, that's going to look so good. Anyway.
We're going to have to
So,
take a
what we're
week
talking about
off
here. Now, my honourable mention to my man, getting Ed Begley out of the way. My honourable mention, did Braden, did you notice the special cameo of the first film appearance of a very special man in comic book film history? Jon Favreau plays Bruce Wayne's assistant.
Assistant number 3 or 2, I think it is.
Assistant who changes sides of the room instantly between shots, but assistant nonetheless.
No, I didn't notice that. Who
Why
was
he
that?
was Jon Favreau, Happy Hogan.
Nah.
Was he doesn't
Directed
say anything.
Iron Man?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays Happy.
He doesn't say anything in this film, but he's just wandering there in the back,
He's
just
looking
looking
slim.
skin. Oh yeah, well he's this is like how many years ago? This is back before Jon Favreau went to the Val Kilmer School of Diet.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer looked thin in this film too. While you bring that up,
Yeah, that's true.
so did Chris O'Donnell. Funnily enough, still looked 50, but
Yeah.
looked thin.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into in a minute. We can get into the ancientness of Robin in a minute. Okay.
So Jon Favreau joins the elite cast of people who've done DC and Marvel movies. So you've got Ryan Reynolds.
Yep.
You've got who else did I mention
Chris
before?
Evans.
Chris Evans, and you've got Jon Favreau.
Yep.
So that's a very, very close knit team.
It's very true. And Ed Begley Jr. joins my my Hall of Men.
Actually, Chris Evans hasn't done DC.
Yeah, he has. Oh no, no.
He's done two different.
No,
he's done two
Marvel,
different
sorry,
Marvel.
no.
Yeah, two
That's where I'm
Marvels.
getting
Yeah, there you
confused.
go.
So I did fuck. So,
Oh no, he did shit, what was it called? There's a really independent film, not The Replacements. He's in something like that.
Yeah. No, it's the not Expendables. It came out after
it's
Disposables.
Yeah, something like that. That's a DC property.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
Missed,
has
Affleck though.
Affleck, yeah. Deadpool and Batman.
Deadpool.
No, sorry.
No, Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
I've got ever since I saw that test footage.
They've confirmed they're making that film.
I just want to. Yeah,
it's coming.
I'm actually
2016.
I'm quite happy to watch that on loop for 2.5 hours,
Yeah,
and
me
I'm
too.
good. I'm good.
Test footage. What test footage?
Where have you been? Have you not gotten into
Haven't
the
you seen
fiction?
the test footage
Test
for
footage.
Deadpool?
They did it just
Oh,
before.
Deadpool. I thought you
Yeah.
were talking about Batman.
No, yeah, I wish.
And it was,
I wish.
No.
I've seen it about 6.
Yeah, I keep watching that every time I feel down. I watch that.
7 times.
Yeah.
Anyway, how did Riddler alter the security camera footage?
No one.
I noticed something throughout this. So this is going to be a recurring question. I have questions, and the answer is just because I'm the Riddler.
See, the thing is, I think they took inspiration from a block of Swiss cheese.
Because I'm Riddler.
Swiss cheese or wholly rusted metal.
Batman.
Because there's this metal and it's got holes in it.
And it's rusty. No shit.
So Edward can roll up to the front of Wayne Manor where the gates are, and plop an envelope on the front. No security cameras.
No.
Security in this movie is shit. You
Can
got
we-
the Batcave, you got his front gate, you got the fucking the bat signal.
I'd like to also note.
Yeah, here it is.
I actually pointed this out to Adam and he didn't pick it up. So
I
it's a
didn't
little victory for me. Look at the vehicles in this movie. I'm serious. There's a 1954 Plymouth. I think there's like a 1945 Ford pickup. So clearly this is set in the 40s and 50s. Yet Wayne Tech
cell phones.
Yet they do have cellular phones. That's
Cellular phones.
Cellular.
Yes, that's the one. I don't
They
speak.
actually call them that in the movie.
Yeah, they do. But so it's kind of time locked itself, really, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So that might explain the whole security thing.
Yeah, it's weird. It's half old, half new, and I don't like it.
No.
Why does Dick Grayson wear that earring? Why? Why?
It's just, you at least
Why?
take it off when you're going to be Robin.
Why? Just why?
Oh,
He's a rebel. He's a
Just
teenage
why?
rebel, man.
He's a teenage rebel. He's about 150. He's got a fucking walking frame in this.
See, I could imagine James Dean playing the role of Robin doing a better job.
I could see that too. I also could see if somebody punched Chris O'Donnell, he might turn to dust or something.
This is true. The Alfred from the New Gotham punches Chris O'Donnell. Just
Michael Gough looked younger than fuck Chris O'Donnell in this film.
I do love Michael Gough. I'm always going to have a special place in my heart for Michael Gough.
Yeah.
Now, Two-Face turns up at the circus and does this whole announcement to half the crowd. Now, the camera's looking at it, so you only see his clean side. For half of the audience, though, is looking at the scar side, and none of them are reacting. They're all just like, that guy's got a funny face. He looks like that bloke on the TV. They keep telling us he's homicidal. It's almost, I wonder if we should worry. We live in Gotham City where fucking nutbags come out all the time. Sure, it's fine. Just, Now, another one for you. How did Riddler find Two-Face? He's like, I used the box.
He's the Riddler.
Yeah, because he's the Riddler. Because Riddler.
He used the box that isn't been mass-produced or sold anywhere yet.
And yet the ones that he used are very well-produced, non-blendable.
And we're sitting perfectly, just sitting on a chair already at Two-Face's house, just ready for him to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that comes even back to that big freaking tower.
Oh.
Where the hell did that come from? At what point did
It's an
they
RKO.
build that?
It's just
out of nowhere.
What was the length of this movie? Like, what was it set in a year? Was it set in a month? Was it set in a week? What?
Oh no, I think the TV term is timeless.
I think I get the feeling that if you're talking chronologically, it's a week. This one's longer than the last two, but it can't be. It has to be about a week for Edward to mass produce and get shit out. But you could, if you're selling cheap enough, in theory, you could go nuts and load a city up in a week. So I would say
build
it takes
a
a
freaking
week.
tower out in the ocean.
Well, he might have already built the. Well, yeah, he could have already built the technology for that or anything. But yeah, I'm with you on that. Why doesn't Bruce Wayne, being a millionaire and all that shit, why doesn't his washing machine have a spin cycle? Why does Robin have to kick it all out and be all like, I'm going to use my socks like nunchucks?
Yeah. Swiss cheese, once again, Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Just...
Because Riddler.
Why, how, where, when... But Riddler's hair keeps changing for no apparent reason. Long, short, brown, red, curly, straight, fucking... Why?
His costume too. Like, I liked his first costume that he first showed up as a Riddler in.
Oh, with the suit jacket?
Nah.
The suit jacket to the onesie? Is that what
No,
you're
not the one. I hate the onesie.
Yeah, no, I hate both the onesies. You're talking about when he rocks up to the Two-Face?
The suit with the hat and that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great.
That's proper Riddler, though. I mean, even in the video games and the animated series, like he's got like a torn-up vest or a suit with the sleeves torn off, and that bowler hat.
And his cane.
Yeah, and his cane. I mean, that is what you need to be the Riddler.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at Neil Patrick Harris every Halloween.
Yeah,
Riddler.
This was the Joker, though. This was the Joker dressed as the Riddler.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting.
Hey, everybody else liked the fact that Time magazine had a lovely, nice produced headshot of Batman on the cover of it.
I just
Batman
don't
just
get
was like, oh,
apparently he does promo now.
I know.
Apparently he does promo shots.
He's got great PR working for him, doesn't he?
Alfred does everything.
And I'm quite concerned about this Gotham City, though. Batman doesn't kill anybody, but apparently gang rape's quite fucking frequent. That chick, there is no way that wasn't gang rape. There's just no way.
GTA gets pulled from the shelves, but this movie's allowed.
Yeah, petition, pull Batman Forever. It's a shit film, and it has gang rape.
Yeah, violence against women. Like, Chase gets kidnapped how many times? I mean, come on.
And also, while we're talking about that back area, who hung all the black lights back there so everything could glow in the dark?
Gangs.
Just the Riddler?
Gangs. You know, if we had this, like, the male will probably say, like, black violence.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Okay. Now, black light violence, you mean?
Yeah.
Now...
I don't care.
That was good, wasn't it?
Like,
that was good. Fuck you. We see the Enigma Tech stuff on display, and people are trying it out. And we see a little screen where the people who are watching outside can see what is the other person is fantasizing. How? Because Riddler again?
Because Riddler. Because
this movie should have gone Batman because Riddler.
Batman because Riddler forever.
Yeah. Right, Two-Face and the multi-flips of the coin, where they're at. He's sitting there flipping it, getting pissed off because it won't come up heads. It's like, no, he'd flip and be like, okay, I'm just going to chill here and be cool.
Yep.
Riddler hijacks the bat signal with two lasers that make out the top of the question mark, and then apparently hold its shape somehow, despite the fact that makes no logical sense with the way the lasers are moving.
Yeah.
Because Riddler... I liked the nice homage to 66 Batman the movie with Mr. Enigma instead of Mr. P. and Gwyn.
See, I mean, I don't mind throwbacks like that sort of stuff. I mean, they did bits and pieces like the back and forth between Michael Caine's Alfred and when they're going up the elevator when he's about to surrender himself. That was a nice sort of throwback to that relationship and that old school relationship and the old 66 style Batman.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, it's kind of unnecessary, really.
That's true.
For me, it's more the...
Speaking of unnecessary, the part where Bruce suits up in his new Sonic suit and we get a nice shot of the Bat G-string.
The Bat nut slinger and the Bat butt.
Jesus Christ.
That was a huge nut slinger, though. That's like a separate piece, and then the legs tuck in.
Well, it's Val Kilmer, mate.
He's Iceman.
He's not a little boy,
Iceman.
obviously. But yeah, did everybody else love Jim Corden's dejective, blind dates not turning up face? He's not coming. Shut it off. He's not coming. I made myself look pretty. Combed my mustache and everything.
Yeah.
I ate my best tin of lard before I came out here, you fat cunt. Try 5 minutes at a Stairmaster. I love that Robin gets ejected from the Batboat into fucking outer space, apparently. The Force that he gets ejected from that thing. Yeah. Bloody hell.
You'd think the Force he gets ejected... Yeah, because Riddler. You'd think, like, the Force that he gets ejected out, like, surely Newton's third law, like, applies to this thing. So the boat should have gone down 20 feet as well. Just like, no, because Riddler. Because physics.
I also love the fact that Robin starts beating up Two-Face, like, this is for my dad, this is for my mother, this is for my brother, this is for me. Why isn't Two-Face like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who are you? Who are these people?
I know who you are.
Yeah. I guess I guess that's a good point. He does know who he is, doesn't he? So.
Sure, at that point in time, you're going, wait, how many families have I killed? Then again, it's Two-Face. I mean, you never know.
So, yeah. Yeah, okay. I've got 2 notes left. And they're both, I think, brilliant notes. So I'm going to read them exactly as they're written. The first one, the fuck, and that's spelled F-U-Q, the fuck is up with Riddler's costume at the end when he's in that white fucking thing with the double glasses and...
I think Joel Schumacher and Tim Burton had a thing for the dramatic Elton John and Priscilla to Queens in the Desert. That's what I'm thinking.
Those
of
glasses, that was Dame Edna right there. And my final note, we got a nice appearance from a special guest appearance from one of my Star Trek men. Odo from Star Trek Deep Space Nine as Dr. Burton, dressed to look exactly like Tim fucking Burton.
Why didn't they just get Tim Burton to do it?
Because he probably...
It was off having sex with Helena Bonham Carter.
I don't think it was at that point. It's probably more of a fact of he'd cut himself so deep and lost so much blood that he couldn't come on.
Well, he was a producer of this movie, wasn't
he? In name.
In name only. It would have been darker if he was the producer. Needs more black.
Yeah, I know. They got rid of Billy D. They took all the black out.
Actually, there was no black.
Was there a single black person in there?
Yeah, there was one. There was one. It was the commissioner. No, not the commissioner. The mayor. The mayor. The mayor's black.
No, but in this was he in this film?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the casting.
Oh yeah,
the circus.
A few of Two-Face's thugs were black.
Yeah. Also, there was a gentleman in the circus scene as well who stood up and was talking when Two-Face wanted to know who Batman was. He said, "One of you pasty-faced people are going to be Batman."
Yeah. Chances are one of you probably is Batman.
Yeah. Thank you for that. My ears will recover later.
No main characters were black, though. Not at all.
That's it. I'm going to go back and watch it on the big screen, and I will prove you wrong. It's going to happen.
I did notice that Batman's body count was 0 for this film. He technically there are 3 kills on this film. One of them is because he pulls the Batmobile out of the way and Two-Face shoots a bazooka into his goons.
Yep.
So technically collateral damage, but not Batman's fault.
Yep.
And the other death is Two-Face, but also whilst Batman throws those coins in the air, I personally don't think he threw them in the air to kill Harvey as much as to make him go, oh, what do I do? Harvey just happened to fall. Batman's body count, 0.
Yep.
Batman. Not because Riddler, because Batman.
Because Batman.
So yeah, those are my notes from this film. I'm trying to think if there are any other...
I've got one other thing I just remembered. Since when is the Statue of Liberty in Gotham City?
Yeah, it's a good point.
No. I will defend that. Okay. Gotham City is New Jersey. No, it's in the comics. In the comics, it's been established on number plates on cabs and stuff. Gotham City is New Jersey, and even though Metropolis doesn't have the statue, Metropolis is
New York.
Yeah, it's New York.
Because what we actually discussed this on, I think it was Ep 3 or Ep 2.
Yeah.
Gotham is New Jersey. Metropolis is New York. Central City was meant to be Chicago, and Sterling City was Sterling City was something. We actually did work it out.
I think Starling is Chicago.
No, Starling, Chicago, and Central.
Is it San Francisco?
Yeah, that's it.
It's either it might be LA actually.
No. I reckon it's San Francisco because it is built on a bay.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Yeah. So no, we did work that out.
Yeah,
Clever
and then
boys.
obviously Smallville is Kansas.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, no, that is the one thing I will excuse because technically, that is theoretically possible.
Yeah.
However, what's dumb is that Two-Face has a chopper that he can fly through shit that will explode it, and fire won't go up through his manhole.
Yeah. There's yeah.
This movie sucked. I'm sorry,
It's
this
full of
movie
holes.
sucked.
It was horrible.
It was somehow set in 1950 and in 1995, and for some reason everything was gothic and dark, but also covered in just everything with fucking fluoro. I just don't.
It's probably
don't.
It's the most inconsistent, confusing film since Vanilla Sky.
I watched a video recently with some of the actors from it. So I think it had Nicole Kidman, Chris O'Donnell, I think Val Kimmel, maybe even. And they were just going, if we had realised it was going to be so bad, wouldn't have done it. Like, it was just...
Why'd
even
Chris
they were
O'Donnell come
admitting how
back
shit
then?
It was.
Yeah.
Why'd Chris O'Donnell come back, you paycheck one motherfucker, you dirty, always looking like you're a 107-year-old, pointy sideburn, shit earring having motherfucker. You did it for the paycheck.
Yep.
Chris O'Donnell sold out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. And then he went on to do nothing, and then CSI.
No, he's in
NCIS.
NCIS LA,
LA or something.
where he still looks 195.
But
Yeah,
it's
he looks no different.
It's consistent 195.
That's probably why they put the earring on him, to try and make him look younger.
Yeah.
Well, we had a theory watching this that they made him, instead of Dick Grayson being kind of 11 or 12, they tried to make him kind of 15, 16. So he
we
wouldn't
did
look
discuss this,
pedo-ish.
didn't we? Yeah.
Because we thought they were trying to distance themselves from the whole that's gay thing without realizing that it's actually meant to be poetic of the fact that Bruce can save somebody when he couldn't be.
Yeah, at the same time, like, because it is, like, I think this comes back to my comment how the whole comic book thing's coming up as fashionable again.
Yeah.
So everyone, you've always got those parents and that group of people going, oh, that's a little weird for a full-grown man to, look after another male. That's horrible,
But the thing is, I guess it shows the sensibility back then, because nowadays with gay parents and gay marriage, I don't think people would be like, yeah.
And?
People would be like, are you fucking kidding me? The dude got taken in by a millionaire. Yeah. He's just hit the fucking jackpot.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But I mean, you have people like Tony Abbott and, people like that.
Well, we won't talk about him. He's a retard.
Yeah. Australia's one mistake.
Well, sorry to all the Liberals out there. Well, we've made more than one mistake. He's just our biggest.
Yeah, he's our biggest mistake.
Now, let's wrap up Batman Forever. In a nutshell.
No.
Okay, that's going to be my first question. Should people listening to this watch it?
No.
Yes and no. I mean, it's kind of one of those movies you have to experience. You'll wonder why people hate it so much, so you actually have to watch it to understand it. But I guarantee at the 10-minute mark, if you don't turn it off, you are not human.
Oh, God, this thing just dragged.
We did because we had to.
When we were watching it, I said to you, it feels like they added 30 minutes on because they were afraid to make a 90-minute film.
Well, put it this way. I mean, how often did I just walk out of the room to go have a cigarette and make myself coffee and have a drink and have some of that lovely chili? So, I mean, at the same point, like, if you're going to make a Batman movie, make it enthralling.
Yeah.
Make it interesting. It's a huge market. It's a massive market. Bar someone like Superman, he's probably like the only superhero character, really, that can actually have a solo movie. So make it enthralling, make it deep, make it decent.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I can't defend, I can't forgive that Riddler is just not the Riddler.
No.
That was just ridiculous.
See, I mean...
That was... Frank Gorshin wasn't that campy in 1966.
No, he wasn't. It was ridiculous.
And Frank Gorshin ate fucking scenery for breakfast in that shit. So, yeah, just... my person... If I had to rate this out of 10, this would get maybe a 3 from me.
Yeah. It wasn't enjoyable at all.
It is a struggle to get through... Nicole Kidman's wooden and doesn't really have chemistry with Val Kilmer. I will say this, if you want to watch it to see before Nolan or anything turned Batman into the dark thing we have in comics, if you want to see somebody encapture Batman, watch this for Val Kilmer, because his Bruce Wayne and his Batman are two separate people. They have different voices, they have different ways of moving. He, once again, comes from the school of Batman, is... Like that whole time where, even when Riddler's calling him out, like, this is your name, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop your friends. He's just standing there looking, not moving. Just,
Very deadpan. Perfect.
And his voice is perfect for like. It's not that sort of thing. It's just I'm consistent. I'm solid. I'm going to talk.
Yeah, it's Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
he does like just a good job as Kevin Conroy as defining those two separate personalities with the tone of his voice and standing completely statue still.
Yeah, and he also does good comedy
moments
too.
I think that there's between Batman and Bruce Wayne in this movie that there's really two different personalities.
Well, you know what I mean by when I say personalities. If you were to meet,
I do, because look at the difference between, say, the way Batman swoops into Chase Meridian's life and the way Bruce beats down the door, and then he's like, "Sorry, I thought he's trying to put the door back up and it's fallen apart on him and all that."
Yeah.
That's Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne's all like, "I'm just a doofus millionaire.
I'm a good.
Yeah,
Look at me
there's
throw
only
my
really
money
been
around."
One time in this movie that sort of like you don't see the playboy sort of side of him.
Yeah, that's because most of this film, it's probably out of this quadrilogy is the one that comes closest to having a detective Batman, because Bruce is sitting there with Alfred looking at these clues and solving puzzles and shit. I wouldn't want him to be talking like Bruce Wayne. He's Batman all the time. He's Bruce Wayne when he chooses to be.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's it.
I think that was the point of this film as well. That's his whole point at the end, was just I can choose to be both because I can be Batman and be Bruce Wayne and make a difference as both.
I mean, that's what's really actually more disappointing about this movie as well, with Joel Schumacher as a director. He's done great movies.
Yeah.
So for me, it's either Tim Burton was there producing it, and it's the script that has completely screwed him up, because
No, because the fourth one, the one we're going to watch next week, it did not have Burton input at all. The next one, this one, and this is going to almost sound dumb to say, this one was actually helped by the fact Tim Burton probably did have a little bit of control over, let's keep it looking a little bit like the same universe, because the next one is the neon fucking paradise that that's what Joel Schumacher wanted.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because he makes it look like a rave. That's kind of weird. But I mean, Joel Schumacher's done movies like Time to Kill, 8mm, Bad Company, which wasn't brilliant, but I enjoyed, Phone Booth. So, I mean, you've got a director who can pull off
dramas,
do really good, solid dramas, and then I don't know what happened. I mean, granted, A Time to Kill was released in 1996, and then Batman and Robin was released in 1997.
Would you like to know? I can give you an answer as to what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's what happened. The first two films made a lot of money, both at the theaters, but they also made a lot of money because kids were buying action figures.
Oh, yeah, true.
Now, look at that film and tell me that isn't just action figures.
Yeah.
That's what they were doing. They were selling action figures through this film. They were making Transformers back then.
Did with Transformers and Ninja Turtles.
That's exactly right. That's what they were doing back then.
Yeah. No, it kind of saddens me a little bit. It's kind of...
Well, this film failed our city.
Basically, get me my bow and arrow. I'll put it through your... Wait, we use a wall, so I can't put it through the screen. But...
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I think we should actually launch that DVD into outer space.
We'll eject it from the bat boat. It'll get there.
Straight it goes.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
All right, well, that wraps it up for the film this week. So, thank fuck. So, let's get into our questions.
Yeah, man.
Now, first of all, let's hit the big one on the head. We'll look at Lionheart's question.
Yep.
What do we think of the casting of the Suicide Squad? Now, Terry, can I ask you to do me a favour?
Yeah.
Can you pull up the Suicide Squad casting there for us?
Give me a minute. Yeah, sure.
And,
I've got it.
Oh, have you? Oh, Braden's got it
Yeah,
up. Well,
fantastic.
well then. Somebody's on the ball. Braden, read us out the casting.
Tom Hardy as Rick Flag. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Will Smith as Deadshot. Cara Delevingne or something. I don't know. Yeah. Enchantress. Jared Leto as the Joker. Jai Courtney as Boomerang or Captain Boomerang. And we've also got Jesse Eisenberg rumoured to be in this as Lex Luthor.
All right, there's a number of things I don't like.
I'll go you one first. Let's go the opposite way.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a number of things you don't like, and I'm willing to bet the opposite is true.
Okay.
What are the finite? Or what's the minuscule?
Yeah.
What are the minuscule number of things you do like?
For me, it's Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
As Harley Quinn. Now, from what I saw and what I remember of Wolf of Wall Street. Now, let's be honest.
From what you've downloaded and looked at multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times, and this ain't Wolf of Wall Street porno edition. No, I believe she can actually pull it off because she's A, got the body shape, B has the acting
Eyes.
chops. Yeah, the eyes. And she can do the accent.
Yeah.
Now, for all of us, even including the 4 people listening, Harley Quinn has got to have that weird Brooklyn...
2 people listening.
Yeah, 2 people. I'm hoping for another 100% growth, man.
For Stephen Amell, who's listening.
Doubted thoroughly.
We
but
love you, Stephen.
We'll tag him in it later on Facebook.
Man.
Yeah.
He's Canadian. If we ask him to listen to it, he's legally bound to.
We'll pay him in maple syrup and bacon.
No, don't put that out there. We will not pay your maple syrup and bacon. You're Canadian. There isn't enough bacon and maple syrup to make you happy. We apologise for these remarks, these tasteless remarks.
But we all know, like, Harley Quinn. We know her from the video games. We know her from the animated series. We know the body shape we want. We know the look we want. We know what the sound we want.
Yep.
For me, Margot Robbie was a nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. Tom Hardy. Yeah, I want to believe that he can do it because I actually did like his Bane, but the way the Bane was presented was bad.
Yeah,
you sort of you know where I'm coming from with that.
Well, we'll get to that episode 11. Episode 11 will cover that.
Yeah. So it's,
I can see where you're coming from.
I do like Tom Hardy as an actor.
Yeah.
So what character is he playing again? Remind me.
Rick Flag. I'm not familiar with.
I'm gonna have to double check that one because I'm not familiar either.
I know that name.
Rick, you're not Rick Flair. Rick Flag.
Rick Flag. FLAGG.
Yeah, I know that name. Anyway, yeah, and Will Smith is Deadshot.
Deadshot.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, that's how I feel about. I don't want to talk about Jared Leto as the Joker because
he can no.
I just don't.
No, I want to find out if Jared.
Yeah, I'll be cool with it if this is the Joker scene in it, and that they just cast somebody who they're like, fuck it, just get who's cheap, Jared Leto, cool, because it's just like Harley Quinn's like, I gotta go to work, Mr. J.
Yeah,
and he's all like, Harley, I should kill you, and that's all we see of him. I'll be like, cool. That was all I needed. But if he's in the whole thing right now and like, Harley, you should listen to my shitty emo music.
See, I actually like 30 Seconds to Mars. I don't mind it. But the problem for me lies when you take someone, I don't know if he's done any other films, someone with musical success and try and translate to the big screen.
He's done other films.
I'm not familiar with him at all.
30 Seconds to Mars.
He's done a few other films. He was an actor before he was a musician.
Yeah, well, he's more famous for being a musician. Man.
Now, yeah.
For a very good reason. He's probably a better singer and songwriter than he's an actor.
Maybe.
Right. So, but then you've got this phenomenal pair of shoes left by Heath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't. I look at Leno. I'm like, nah, not even. Not even with like even if he had the same scar makeup, and I've seen fan art and
it's
concepts.
not going to be. He's going to look like the comic.
I think
don't kid yourself. He's going to look exactly
look
like the fucking comic.
Not.
He will look exactly.
I hope not.
Look at Super. It's the Zack Snyder universe.
Oh, it is too, isn't it?
Right. He's not directing it, but it's the Zack Snyder universe. Because Jesse Eisenberg's in it, which means it fits in that universe.
Possibly.
Well, still, it means that they're discussing it fitting within that universe.
Yeah.
Now look at Superman. Look at this new Superman Batman film. He's clearly going. Let me look. What does it look like in the comic? That's what it's going to look like on the screen. The Joker is going to have the cowlick at the front.
Yeah.
Well, for Superman, Batman will have jocks on the outside. You mark my words.
After 35 years, he finally gets the jocks on the inside. Going back out. Sorry, buddy.
But yeah, Joker will have the cowlick. He'll have he'll look like the comics. He may even have red eyes.
True.
But Jared Leto, I just can't see it.
I don't want to. Will Smith for me is another beef.
Will Smith's in there because they're like,
they want a draw card. It's a draw card.
We need a name.
It's draw card and PC.
Yeah.
Not kidding. I'm not even kidding. Deadshot is a white dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's how that's been for how many years now?
Yeah, with that said, Iris West is a white girl.
There's a very large difference between movies and the TV series.
I guess that's
I say this mainly because
I guess when you're trying to make everything else look identical to the comic, yeah, I guess you've got a fair point there.
Now, there is a slight difference, and what I'm going to say is how many times do you go back and watch a movie? We're going back and watching movies now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? They're not timeless. They're not classics. How many times?
Whoa.
Except for 66.
66.
Okay.
Right. I thought.
Fuck you both. Fuck you both. That film is awesome.
Hey, I picked up some 66 figurines the other day.
Did you?
What?
Yes.
They sell them at your work?
Yeah.
All right, when we go off air, we're having a discussion because I can't find a couple of certain ones.
I'll take some photos and I'll put them on our Facebook page tomorrow.
But yeah, I might be transferring you some money to send some shit over to me myself.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say is how many times do you go back and watch a TV series?
Yeah. A few. I do go back and watch it.
Yeah, ones that you enjoyed.
My man Bryan Cranston, Breaking Bad.
And
so you're getting on board the man train.
And basically, so you go back and watch the movies, right? So you want them to be relatively consistent and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas TV shows, you can actually take a little bit of liberation, I suppose. Liberties. Yeah. You're the educated one, right? So you can take those
degrees. I haven't mentioned those in a while. I haven't mentioned that I've got I've studied a few different things.
Episode 2 or 3.
Yeah, but you never finish them though.
You don't need to finish them, man.
It's an arts degree. It doesn't count.
It's not an arts degree. It's a criminology degree.
So
fuck
but the
me.
The thing is, they didn't cast like you brought up Iris West in the TV show as a young African American girl.
Yeah.
Right. She's not a big name.
No one would know anything.
You don't know her, so she's not a draw
that.
card. Whereas Jesse L. Martin, who plays Joe West or Black Lance, is a bit of a draw card because he's got a bit of an acting career in TV.
Yep.
So he would have been your draw card. Air quotations once again. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
I actually think if I'm going to list you, I'll throw you off there. The draw card for Flash is Tom Cavanaugh.
Yeah, actually, that's
Tom Cavanaugh is
Cavanaugh. He would have been the draw card.
He's that name that you look at and that face you look at and go, yep.
Yeah, and same like for me, I recognise Jesse L. Martin straight away.
Yeah,
but when you go to a movie and you go, "Oh, I need a draw card," and it's a DC, if you want to go and break the meta, break the norm, don't do it with a character like Deadshot. Introduce Black Spider, who was in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
I mean that may sound very anti-PC and very racist on my part, but at the same time, don't fuck with something I love. Okay, it's just that simple.
No, I get your point there with stuff like that, particularly when, as you say, there are either other characters that it would make more sense in, or, it would make sense if everything else wasn't trying to look exactly like what you pick up in the page of a comic. That's the confusing part.
Yeah.
Now, do we find out who Flag is?
Oh, all I found out...
Yeah, I did. It is... Hang on, let me just... I'm on the Wikipedia page at the moment.
As am I.
Rick Flag is the name of 3 fictional characters in the DC comic universe. They are father, son, and grandson.
Yeah.
The father, Rick Flag, was in the original Suicide Squad World War II unit after he was a member of Task Force X. The son, Rick Flag Jr., was a member of the Forgotten Heroes and led to 2 different incarnations of the Suicide Squad. And then it goes into a heap of stuff.
Yeah. I reckon it'd be the middle one.
Yeah, probably.
Unless this Suicide Squad film is like a Captain America First Avenger thing where it covers a couple of different timelines.
I mean, it probably could because the first appearance of Rick Flag Jr. was in The Brave and the Bold number 25 in 1959.
Yeah, that's the one. He'd be the one I'd put money on turning up in this.
Yeah.
The other piece of casting news that I've heard is that what the producers want, the front runner for their pick for Amanda Waller is Oprah.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
see, that could fit because she has 2 Oscars.
Yeah,
so
and also I get the feeling that
has
in
she done
truth,
movies?
Yeah, The Color Purple.
The Color Purple went. That was. We really need to educate you on movies more.
Yeah, I know.
No, The Color Purple. If you're actually sitting in the mood to sit down and watch a very, very
heavy,
emotionally deep. It's like one of those things even a man will cry
It was
over.
before Danny Glover was too old for this shit as well.
Yeah, basically. It's like 1970 something.
Yeah.
Like that.
It was actually it's a Steven Spielberg film.
Yeah, and it was Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg was in it. No. Yeah, it was Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi's in it.
Yeah. So, and that took home Best Picture and all these other awards.
Best, certain Oprah won Best Actor for that.
I'm pretty sure actress or Best Supporting Actress.
Mm.
So,
but Oprah, yeah, she's got chops. And also, I get the feeling that if you take Oprah away from a stage, Oprah is one of these people like Jerry Springer where they play a character named Jerry Springer, even though the dude's name is Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Oprah plays Oprah Winfrey, who is all like, let's all have a free car sort of shit. But I get the feeling away from cameras, she's a bitch. Like Amanda Waller.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, no, Danny Glover, Whoopi Goldberg was in that movie as well. Danny Glover was in that movie.
Yeah, I knew it was. That's why I said he was before he was 12 for this shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
question me on films, boy.
I went to film school.
Yeah, I went to film school and I left when they wouldn't let me touch cameras because what's the fucking point? But that's a different podcast topic.
Yeah.
Now, I guess let's bring back a track to the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
There's 2 things I don't understand here. One, why they're making this movie. I feel like they're making this in retaliation because they still think that Spider-Man Sinister 6 movie is going to happen. And it's not.
No.
It's not. And secondly, I just don't understand. Will Smith makes sense from a financial standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand the rest.
I'm just glad his son's not in it.
Are you sure?
I hope he's not. With his little squint, little...
Give it time.
The pan...
Somebody did bring up the fact that Deadshot does have a daughter.
So it could be Jay playing the daughter? Oh my god, no.
So she could shake her hair back and forth.
She can whip her hair back and forth?
Yeah. Maybe that'll be her power.
No. They could take a page out of the Suicide Squad animated movie when, that final scene, she could be in there in her headphones and the song playing could be whipping her hair back and forth.
She could be, they could make the two of them the Wonder Twins, and their power could be to when they activate, they go full retard. Have you seen
Full
some of the
Scientologist.
quotes of these fucking kids being interviewed where
a feet really was it a feet really shoes or a tree's really blue or something like that?
How do we know colours are colours and I can taste colours?
Yeah,
it was just like Will Smith feeds his kids acid.
Yeah,
acid Wheaties.
Actually, it just dawned on me. Right. Jada Pinkett Smith did Matrix. Did a wonderful job. Will Smith hounded her, apparently, for 6 months trying to get him a slot on Matrix as well. Jada Pinkett Smith is now doing a DC TV show. Will Smith now wants to get his part in a DC superhero movie or supervillain movie.
Well, he's better than her because he made a movie. She's going to make
Actually, to be quite frankly, I'm enjoying Jada on TV
so
a lot, man. She's brilliant, man.
But yeah,
hashtag Jada Pinkett for life.
That's a messed up family. The Smith family is weird.
Oh yes. I mean, I think it's just Sorry, Braden, go for it. I keep cutting.
I was going to say just a bit of a prediction with this movie.
Yeah,
it'll suck.
I've been thinking with the Joker. I can't picture the Joker in the Suicide Squad. He's out of control.
It makes no sense to put him in. I mean, Harley's the fucking wild card of the Suicide Squad as it is.
Yeah,
see, that's the other
but
thing.
Then if you look at the animated movie Assault on Arkham,
I know where you're
their
going.
mission was to go and kill the Riddler.
Yes.
Or maybe the Joker plays that sort of.
Oh, so they've got to kill the Joker.
No.
Yeah.
I reckon it might be the same sort of thing where I thought where you were going, I was going too, where Joker pops up briefly. Or not briefly, like for like a third of the film.
Yeah.
And he's like in his little bulletproof cage and Harley tries to kill him and all that sort of stuff. See, for me, as is like a little bit of a draw card.
Actually, with that said, I can tell you where he fits. How he fits, because this is, let's not forget, this is a superhero film being made by Warner producers who, when you walk in there and say a name that isn't Batman or Superman, they look at you blankly and be like, what is this?
Yeah,
we don't understand this. Mm-hmm. So everybody has to get an origin story. How do you do an origin story of Harley Quinn without the Joker?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's there solely because why is this bitch as crazy as she is? Oh man, you ain't seen what she's seen. Diddle-oo, 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 diddle-oo. And then we flash back to her being like, Harley, I'm going to torture you till you're crazy.
Was it Harleen? That's a lovely name. Has anyone called you Was it? No, Harleen.
Yeah, her name's Harleen Quinzel.
That's it.
And he's like, anybody call you Harley?
That's it.
There's actually...
that could be true as well, because they might also be scared of making the Joker a huge part of the movie as well. Because
I think
they're scared
of so much to compete with.
I think they're making it. They're too scared to make a DC hero movie, so they're making a DC villain movie. This is their toe in the water.
Yeah, you could be right.
Because DC, like we've said, are making brilliant TV.
And it's a good way to plan ahead for how to strategically film your Justice League movie.
That does have Grant Gustin in it. And
it doesn't.
The JLA movie that will come.
It doesn't. We talked about it a few weeks ago. They've cast a different Flash.
Ezra, someone or other.
Oh, that's right.
So they're two different.
I had disappointment.
They're two different universes, but in some ways that's better because it may mean we get a TV JLA written by those writers, starring the characters we want, being the way they want.
Yeah.
Because imagine the reason those two are good is because Jeff Johns is a DC comic book writer who wrote Flash and wrote Green Arrow. Mm-hmm. He knows his characters. He wrote Green Lantern as well. That's why there's Green Lantern Easter eggs popping up throughout stuff. He knows, he's the king of 52. That's why 52 references as well.
Yeah.
It's written by that guy.
I haven't seen a lot of Hal Jordan references, but anyway, that's another topic.
That's one for next week. Next week we'll talk about the Green Lantern ones because there's a couple of references.
Yeah.
But anyway, he understands his characters fundamentally, and that's why they're written so well, because he can direct his writers and be like, no, this line needs to be slightly different, or whatever, direct his actors. Yeah. If you were then to take those two and hand off Stephen Amell and Grant Gustin to the Warner Brothers film division, you can't guarantee they're going to get those voices, so you might get just shit that then you take them back to TV and it's like, I don't want to watch these guys anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas you keep them solely on TV. And the other thing you've got to consider is The Flash, as of this week, is CW's highest rated show ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Wait till next. I'm still waiting for the Arrow one.
But still, it's so far highest rated show ever.
Yeah.
Now, you make a Flash movie, and that guy isn't as appealing to the audience as TV Flash. TV Flash's ratings are only going to get higher.
Yeah, true.
So that's my take on that.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, we should probably actually get to the next question.
Now, the next question...
We've got way off topic. Damn, Terry and his segways. Everyone, hop on the Segway. Whee!
Yeah, Joe Bluth over here.
Yeah.
All right. So then the question again was obviously from Mr. CrossFit, and I'll repeat it again because he loves sending us these lengthy questions.
That's good. I mean,
I like
nice.
it too. It's discussion. He is. He's a conversation generator.
We have to be careful though. We are getting into Batman Forever territory on the length of this thing.
That's all right.
But it's been more entertaining.
Fans like
I
it.
hope so.
And that's the unedited length as well that you're looking at.
That's true.
We have my 20 seconds cut out.
Yeah, the director's cut.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the question. Does the Batcave think the Ryan Reynolds Lantern movie was DC's attempt at making a goofy Marvel-style movie and that we're doomed to super serious Dark Knight-style movies from DC from now on? And once again, just his point was that Superman should be having fun and laughing at the fact that low-level dudes are coming at a god, basically.
Yep.
Now, I agree and disagree. I think that they were trying to make a Ryan Reynolds film and make Ryan Reynolds fit as Hal Jordan. Yeah. Not writing a script and then going, okay, Ryan Reynolds can bring the life to this character. You know, and that's where the problem comes in. So it becomes goofier from that, and also it didn't help with the fact that at least in the Marvel universe, before we got to the really goofy shit with Guardians, you had the Iron Man films, you had a little bit of seriousness before you got into the goof. So by the time we got to the goof, we'd accepted Thor and all this other stuff, and we could laugh at it. Yeah. In Green Lantern, we hadn't seen jack shit. All we'd seen is Batman.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, a very serious thing, and then suddenly we've got Michael Clark Duncan voicing a warthog.
Yeah.
What audience went into that film being like, I don't know what to think about this.
Yeah.
And the other problem that didn't help was it was so shoddily written that even the villain Sinestro, who's meant to be
the villain,
was just paper thin, and that was the problem with the film, was that it wasn't that it was too goofy. It was just such a shit. It was once again Warner being like, we don't know who this character is.
Just write something.
Yeah.
See, I mean,
they just screwed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They screwed the pooch hard, and it's why I think that if Green Lantern isn't going to be in these Justice League films, it'll be John Stewart, the Black Green Lantern.
Yeah,
because they're at the point now where like, Hal Jordan is dead.
Yeah. See,
He's
I mean,
dead.
For a lot of people, like for me, Green Lantern, I went into watching Green Lantern not knowing a lot of the backstory of Hal Jordan.
Yep.
The problem for me is the script was shoddily done. I didn't mind. I was very entertained. I was entertained. All right, I got my money's worth. But the thing is, Ryan Reynolds is a comedic actor.
Yeah.
That's why for me he sits very well as Deadpool.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Ryan Reynolds comes across as insane.
Yeah. And for me, now that I've delved a little bit deeper into it by, looking into like all the animated cartoons, Nathan Finland to me is Hal Jordan. I watch other series like Castle, and all I hear is Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
All right, that's Hal Jordan's deductive reasoning. That's fine.
Yeah.
So when they brought in Green Lantern, there was no almost foreplay. There was no steady progression, like you said with Marvel. There's no steady progression into there is like this funny side of JLA where Barry Allen is a goofball.
Yeah,
and Hal Jordan's his mate and all that sort of stuff. Like you see that that's a constant within the cartoon series, and then you just hit us in the face with Ryan Reynolds with the Power Ring. Does make sense, but I watched say stuff like was it Green Lantern Emerald Knights?
Yep,
where you got it slowly introduced. And you got the movie. That cartoon was mainly about the backstory of the Green Lantern Corps, and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And like was about 8 other powers.
Yeah.
So there was no real lead up to that. But I'll be doomed to dark style DC? I don't think so. Because I don't think so. We're doomed
to it as long as Zack Snyder and Christopher Nolan are running the show. We're doomed to dark.
When you say we're doomed to it, I don't think that's a good choice of words because I like it.
Yeah,
I like that. There's two very big differences between DC and Marvel. Marvel is very, I guess, lighthearted and
superheroes.
They're like that in the comics as well.
They
are like that in the comics as well. I will.
But
give you
like
that.
being dark, Batman dark is.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but Superman. I mean, that last Superman film, that
I didn't hate
Superman
it.
shouldn't be that dark though.
Oh.
No, but
Superman is your ultimate light hero.
I typically don't really like Superman. So when they did bring him as a darker character, I liked him a bit better. You know?
Same here.
All right, well,
I liked it like that.
Yeah, playing devil's advocate then, or just
Okay.
put it on the other foot since we're talking about the TV.
Yeah.
If the Flash,
Yeah.
if our Barry Allen on TV was written the same way Ollie is, would you think you'd enjoy that show so much if he was brooding it? Because that's the other thing to consider. We've got goofy characters like the Flash, who they're going to write a movie around where the Flash is going to be sullen and broody throughout the entire thing.
The thing is, Barry Allen isn't full goof. He isn't full goof.
Oh, he's not full goof, but
I mean,
I'm talking that DC have a rule, and they've made this public. No jokes.
Yeah.
Our films will have no jokes.
I think that's
their film.
That's their films, not their TV. But
yeah, no, but I'm
at the
talking
same
about, we're
time,
talking about the film universe.
if
here.
you get a you're a writer, you write scripts. If you're clever enough with your writing, you can actually portray humor in a lot of different ways. Like we said with Val Kilmer with his deadpan as the car, the chicks love the car. That's a joke, but it's delivered in such a deadpan way. It's very Batman. The audience accepts that as Batman, but you always get a bit of a giggle out of it.
I agree with that, but that's Batman's character fits in that well. What I'm saying is that they're making a universe where it's all dark.
Yeah.
It's all dark and it's all gloomy. And to me, characters like the Flash don't fit into that world. Even the Green Lantern theoretically doesn't fit in because Green Lantern's entire thing is based around hope and belief and all that. That doesn't fit in a world where it's almost dystopian.
I actually have a feeling that that'll change over the course of time, where DC's gone, no jokes. We've only really had Batman movies.
Yeah.
We've only really had. I mean,
I agree. I think
we had the
change,
Christopher Reeve ones, right?
Yeah.
And obviously DC. Christopher Reeves did a beautiful portrayal of Superman.
Yeah.
And there was light-hearted humor in there, not belly laughs, but there was a bit of humor in that. And then you had the Brendan Roth, which was a bit humorous with Brennan's acting. And then we had was it Harvey? Oh, what's his name? The new Superman, Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill,
sorry.
Henry Cavill, yeah.
So, and there was some humor in that. So it's actually slowly developing. You've got to warm people up to these characters. Like, that's why they did the Man of Steel the way they did it. They've got to give them a bit of dark, because that's what they used to with Batman. But there was light at the end of it. That's the thing. It's if you build these characters in such a way where Marvel has done a brilliant job introducing the characters, then giving you the Avengers, then another couple of stories.
Yeah. Well, see, Marvel's starting to get dark now. Marvel are going to get dark now. And I that's why I say I don't think we'll get light in DC as long as Zack Snyder and... Because Christopher Nolan ultimately is the overseer.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
He's overseeing all of it, and then Zack Snyder's underneath that making that. But Zack Snyder obviously likes the Frank Miller style of comics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frank Miller doesn't exactly write light, which means that you've got two guys who are determined to make dark films. As long as they're there, no, we're not going to get the light stuff.
I still reckon you will. I still reckon you'll get a little bit of not humor,
I'll
but light.
go back to when you were saying characters like Flash shouldn't be, I guess, dark characters. Then you look at the animated film Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh my good lord!
He really kind of was a dark character in that.
I'm hoping they make that into a movie.
And that movie
Flashpoint Paradox is coming to the TV series.
Oh.
Like that movie was great.
It was it was phenomenal. That's what that's the word that sums up that movie.
Yeah, no,
was
Flashpoint,
phenomenal.
You will see that on TV because that is why he has to get time travel.
Yeah.
I know one of my favourite reasons that I like DC over Marvel is because it's dark. So I wouldn't say that we're doomed for dark DC. I think I'm looking forward to dark DC and more dark DC.
It's a little bit more grown up than Marvel for me as well.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy the comedic Marvel.
Yeah,
it's great. I love it.
Yeah,
but I don't want them to be the same.
Yeah,
I'll agree with you on that. I don't want them to be the same.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's more of a disconcerting.
But I do want to. I can see where he's coming from, and I do like Superman shouldn't be moping around for 2.5 hours.
No, you'll never see that.
You just saw it in the last one. He moped non-fucking stop.
He was not moping around non-stop. I mean, it was an Origins film, so he's got to be a little bit down about being the last Kryptonian until his cousin rocks up, and then he finds his dog, and then someone else rocks up.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that was an Origins story. If you look at past Supermans as well, it was actually a bit lighter. Except for
the
Superman 2, I didn't understand.
Is with these things is, and I mean this in all seriousness, who needs Batman or Superman's origins given to them in this day and age? You just don't. But I just also to just go back to the Green Lantern thing, I think the other reason that Green Lantern failed as heavily as it did at the time was because he was going up against in the comic books they were doing the whole Blackest Night and then Brightest Day storyline sagas, that's a very heavy duty comic to go up against, especially when you're talking as Green Lantern. When that's now the flagship of the standard of a Green Lantern, how that comic series was written. And you're talking 2 years where all the titles tied back into Green Lantern shit, and at the same time, then you go and put out a film while that's happening. That's just absolute crap. Like, you're giving the audiences you're building the audience up by putting out these amazing titles and making them think this is what I'm going to see when I go to the cinema, and they just didn't deliver on it.
Yeah,
they just didn't deliver on it at all. But what can you say about it? I mean, I guess there's. I guess we have covered it there, and yeah, we've obviously got different feelings and different stances on it. But yeah, I as much as I agree with you, Braden, about it being darker and that being good, I don't like the idea of a comic book world where there's no jokes, because that cuts Batman's balls off so heavily. Because Batman, in my opinion, Batman is the
66 Batman balls off.
No, Batman is the funniest character in the Justice League. Batman is the fun, because think about it, all the others are making jokes as jokes, or Barry Allen in his case is just chilling out eating all the time because that's what he does. Whereas Bruce is just like, well, what do we do? How do we get in contact with you? I'll get in contact with you. Well, what if you need our help? I won't need your help. That to me is the hilarity, because he's in this room with all the he's in a room with gods.
He was a lot like that too.
Yeah, and that's the Batman I like. He's in a room with gods, and he's like, whatever, I could take you.
That movie was still, I guess, in a way, relatively dark. Like, it wasn't a hugely comedic movie.
Which one was this?
Like in Marvel, Justice League War. He was still quite like that.
Yeah, but I guess we'll know whether we're going to get any sort of lightness with this next film, because that will be the indication. Will be what happens after Batman and Superman have their fight. But I see
it being a dark movie.
I don't see DC getting light until after JLA.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was going to bring up before, is that
they're doing the opposite of Marvel. Marvel went light, now they're going dark. DC will go dark into light.
Well, what I was going to say, like you have to introduce these characters, so people are actually getting attached to Flash and Arrow through the TV series. Once they release the JLA movie, you'll notice this combination of characters.
Yeah, but you're going to get, before the JLA movie comes out, you're now going to get a Flash movie with his origin. You're going to that's what I'm tired of. Is
at the same time, I mean, I don't necessarily have to sit through and watch it. I'll watch it just to say that I watched it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there are people out there who don't watch the TV series.
Oh, yeah, I understand that.
So they'll make that. They'll
but
just
other
go
people
that, and then they'll go,
were there legitimately? Legitimately, in your guys' opinions, because I've done the internet research, so I know the answer to this question. But in your opinion, statistically speaking, who are the 3 best known superheroes?
I'd say
Batman,
Superman.
Yep.
I'd have to say something along the lines of, it'd have to be a Marvel character.
It is.
It'd probably be Wolverine.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Oh,
Spider-Man are the top 3. Now, number 1
Mm-hmm.
is Superman.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at that from the standpoint of that's a worldwide survey,
yeah,
who the fuck doesn't know? Planet exploded, came here, Green Rock gets near him, bad, bald guy doesn't like him. There are kids who are coming out of the womb going like, Krypton exploded, you went in a rocket ship. That's how the level you know Superman.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do I need to keep getting origin stories remade of the same shit all the time? I know. In the same way, like, what happened? How did he become Batman? Or his parents died. Did they? Yes. We all fucking know that. Do you know why? Because if you pick up a comic book, you can't go up like 2 pages without knowing it. You can reference it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to fucking show it to me every time.
I think this comes back to creativity of the producers.
Lack of creativity. Yeah. Warner Brothers and we can't do jack shit.
Give me an Arkham Knight movie. Bugger it.
Actually, funny note. Have you guys seen I can't remember if I brought this up in the podcast or not, but have you seen the Warner Brothers film Wild Wild West with Will Smith?
Yes.
That was originally a Superman film.
Yep.
That giant robot spider was originally the bad guy that the head of Warner Brothers wanted for Superman Reborn.
Yeah, right.
In that of course being the famous movie where he decided that Superman could not fly or wear a costume because people wouldn't believe it.
I'm confused. I haven't seen that one.
It's not real. It was one they didn't like. They
canned it.
It was the one that was going to have Nicolas Cage.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, God.
Be directed by Tim Burton.
Oh,
it was going to be a quality film, mate. It was going to be a quality film.
Imagine if this was like from...
You do realise Christopher Nolan is the modern day Tim Burton.
Oh, I understand that. Don't you worry about that. I'm just glad he made the masterpiece that was Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's his saving. That's his saving grace thus far. Oh, and Begins was good.
Yeah.
It was. I reckon
it.
they're both on par of each other. The only thing that would make the second one outshine it was Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the only thing.
Yep.
Well, we'll find out about it. We've only got another 2 weeks we can do that.
Episode.
So, no, next week's going to be brutal.
Oh.
Although it actually might not be, because at least this film is so shit we'll laugh at it, I think.
I may come down with a case of AIDS for next week. So.
Jesus.
I just don't want to watch that.
I can't remember what AIDS
we need
stood
some
for
more
last
fan
week.
questions, because that's when the good bloody...
the fans' questions.
Yeah,
I enjoy those. Hopefully we've got 3 fans this week, so we'll get another question.
No, full fans, 100% growth.
100% growth.
Tell your friends. Please.
Economics teacher will be loving it.
So this time next
Wilson,
year,
Wilson, get your girlfriend to get Pip to listen to it as well. That's 3 people. Yeah. Anybody else anything they want to add for this week?
I'm just keen to see the crossover episodes.
Yeah.
Yep.
The crossovers are going to be great.
Yeah.
As we'll talk about those next week.
That's basically, you do realise next week, Bray, it's just you and me. It's nothing to do with...
There's no Gotham now.
Pretty much.
So I just get to chill out until I have to read the synopsis for Batman and Robin.
I'm going to make sure you have to read the long one as well.
Oh. Soliloquy on Batman and Robin. Every fucking line that Arnold Schwarzenegger says in it.
Oh, God. Oh,
Those are freeze coming.
Oh, God. There's a part of me that loves Schwarzenegger as Dr. Freeze, but there's part of me that hates it.
I hate
prostate cancer. Oh, Lord. It's just so funny. And George Clooney as Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
with
the
the Bat Visa, man. Breaking out the Bat Visa.
And Alicia Silverstone.
Never leave home without it.
And that's it. An all-white cast as well.
Yeah.
All-white cast.
Well, Joel Schumacher likes his whiteys.
He does.
He made that clear with Harvey.
We need to see that circus scene before I head off home to make sure there's a black man there.
All right. Well, we'll do that. We'll go do that now then, which means that brings us to the end of the episode for this week.
That's it.
That's it for another week. Episode 7 in the can. Batman Forever. Podcast Forever.
It's almost run there. We need 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes.
Oh, come on. No, but the editing process is going to cull that down. Yeah, well, thank you all for joining us once again. We've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for the questions, both from Lionheart and Mr. CrossFit. We look forward to hearing more from you guys next week, and we look forward to your feedback. Don't forget, you can hit us up at fromthebatcave.podcast@gmail.com. You can catch us on Twitter at twitter.com/fromthebatcavepodcast, or find us on Facebook as well. Send us your questions, send us your feedback. We love to hear from you. We love our fans. Thank you so much. We love you as much as Arnold Schwarzenegger likes overacting and Jim Carrey likes some sort of fucking skin-tight leotard.
Because Riddler.
Because Riddler.
Because Riddler. So from myself, on that note, from myself, Adam Gerard, from Because Riddler, Terry O'Neill, and from Because Riddler, Brendan Ahern, we'll see you all next week.
And who are you?
See ya.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Yes, I'm Batman.
Telegram.
I am Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
You sound like Cookie Monster.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I'm thirsty. I'm hungry.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Darling, I don't have to answer to you. I'm Batman. I'm totally Batman. Clearly, I am Batman.
I am Batman.
This has been a Cabana production.